All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your good brother Kahan Tazadoctrine, and I got my a good Matthew here with me. Not the best of news here, but this is why I do what I do. This is why I wrote my book, Spokesman for Men. Before I get started, first of all, giving all praises to the Supreme Elohim, our forefathers of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose proper name is Yahweh. All praises due to Yahweh wa Yahweh Shah. Just to let you know, if you haven't subscribed already to my new channel, Kahan Tazadoctrine on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Right now, I'm running this on both channels, the Deprogram Enlightener and Kahan Tazadoctrine. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click in the room right there on that link and go ahead and subscribe. Again, I'm running this on the Deprogram Enlightener channel, and I'm running it on this channel right here, Kahan Tazadoctrine. This channel is going to be specifically for relationships. And as it turns out, we got something that's not so good news. How long ago did you reach out to me, good brother Matthew? Thumbs up as you come in the room because folks need to hear this message. Matthew, unmute yourself. Someone gave a thumbs down. Haven't even. Come on, man. Don't tell me this dude's falling out now, man. Nevertheless, let me give a brief synopsis. Hopefully, he'll get it together and come back in. So, basically, the brother Matthew, he reached out maybe 2.5 weeks ago because Matthew is currently married to Mexican female, and they have 2 children, very young children. And this is another case of why I wrote my book here, A Spokesman for Men. This is another case of why I do what I do and why I create channels like this. So all of you under the sounds of my voice that don't have my new book, A Spokesman for Men, you could get this, preferably the color edition. I have this in black and white as well. A Spokesman for Men, real swagger. Now, why am I doing this? This channel is not about putting down women. See, the fact of the matter is, women don't want to face their faults, and women hate to admit their wrongs. And when I say women, not all of them, but just most of you, because the fact of the matter is, the millennials and forward have essentially been raised by pretty much single mothers. And so as a result, you've been told to do all of these things that teaches you to do everything except for what's most essential, how to attract a good husband and to maintain a good husband. And so I talk about this in my book. I dealt with a lot of women in my lifetime. And so I'm applying those skills where they're needed in our communities. And I'm trying to teach men how to be stand-up men, how to enhance and increase their value, and how to also be extremely selective when you're selecting a woman. There's so many platforms out there where men are denounced, men are degraded. So when I come forth and I do something like this, people are saying, oh, well, he's a misogynist. He's a male chauvinist. No, the fact of the matter is, man, the court system is biased. Everyone is biased against the heterosexual male. You got to admit that even gay men of the alternative lifestyle, they have more rights than a heterosexual male. And this right now, it's to a point where skin color really doesn't matter. If you're a heterosexual male, any type of false allegation could be Bill Cosby, for example. Any kind of false accusation could be brought against you and ruin your life. And since the system is pushing feminism, that doesn't have to be any validity or truth to it. So what we thumbs up as you come in the room. So what we have here tonight is another case of this, and this is happening every day. It is happening every day, and there's a lot of prosecutors, attorneys that actually encourage women to do these type of things. And so this is why this entire judicial system needs to be repaired. And this is why I have a channel like this one, Deprogram Enlightener. But again, if you haven't subscribed to my new channel, Tazadoctrine, do so right now. Again, the link right there is in the room for you to go ahead and subscribe to that channel. I'm going to be running a lot of those here on StreamYard until I get at least 1,000 subscribers over there to that channel. So be sure to, men and women, subscribe to that channel. Most women think that I be attacking them, but I don't. I be telling the truth. Because me, I'm also, besides coaching people on the common law, I literally coach people in relationships, and I talk to a lot of men that has actually utterly been railroaded by the family court system. They've had their sons and their daughters snatched away, and they have a gag order placed on them why they can't even talk about it. And so we must take a stand against this. We must stand up against it. We must make a difference. It has to be done, man, and women that love them. So I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis of what Matthew. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So about how long ago did you actually reach out to me? What was that? Approximately maybe 2.5 weeks ago, something like that. Maybe 3 weeks. I can't.
About 3 weeks.
So about 3 weeks ago, Matthew reached out, and there was a situation going on with, I don't know how much of this you want out there, but it needs to be out there because we men are always painted as the bad guy. Now here you have a man that works hard, works his fingers to the bone to take care of his sons, go to an extreme to try and make sure his sons are okay. And in the meantime, he's with a woman that behind his back, she's going on the internet. She's engaging in very lewd behavior, with another guy. And so the brother caught her. And when he caught her, suddenly she wants a divorce. I mean, she was caught red-handed, like sending certain photos. And you know what type of photos I'm talking about. And so once she's caught, now she wants to make him look like the villain, the bad guy. It's a typical scenario. I mean, for me, that would have been enough. There was nothing else. I mean, it got to the point that, the brother was, really going into simp mode. So I told him to get this book, A Spokesman for Men, Real Swagger. My book was released right around the same time that he was going through these incidents. And so he reached out, he got the book, he started reading it, and it started to help him out. But then she decided to take their sons and leave, go all the way across country to Oregon. And the brother's been consistently trying to reach out and talk to, his, sons, going, the emotional turmoil that this causes you. I mean, you can't pretend that this is not going to bother you. It bothers you once you've been in a relationship with someone that long. And especially if you have, children by him. But this is what I want to say to women. Women have this false perception of reality, and this is most of you women. You think that, this woman, she has 2 young children. What really high value male is going to want a woman like that? I mean, you have 2 young children, so the man that gets with a woman like that, the man's going to have to deal with your children by another man for the next 18 and 19 years. And on top of that, this woman does not work. So I don't know what you women are thinking. I mean, you feel this false sense of entitlement because what you're being taught by your mothers, by your peers, by your aunts, and by society in general. They've given you some false sense of entitlement. So this book, what this book does is it teaches men how to be men again. See, there's a lot of women that come on here. They say I'm too aggressive, passively aggressive. I have an anger issue. No, I'm masculine. And I do not apologize at all for my demeanor or my personality because I present to you what you give me. If you come on my platform and you disrespect me, I'm not going to show you respect. See, the thing is, there's not enough stand-up men like myself that tell you women exactly what your problem is. Too many guys are too nice. They talk down because they've actually invested too much interest in that box between your legs. So they're doing things and saying things that they shouldn't because of their kitty box. But I'm not that guy. See, the average woman I wouldn't be interested in anyways, because your standard of living, you know, and what you would actually typically have to offer me, it's not something that I would really be interested in. Because if all you could offer me is a vagina, hey man, you're dealing with a different kind of guy here. A different kind of guy. Because essentially, my lifestyle now is probably 4 times the amount that you earn. The average so-called black woman in general doesn't earn $50,000 a year. You understand? Not $50,000 a year. So for you to want a high-value male or a male that's making 6 figures, and depending on where in 6 figures, and when I say I earn 6 figures, I don't mean just 100K. I'm way above that. So I'm not going to settle for some average woman. So the first thing that I say to this kind of woman, you know, she's trying to play high sedity, and I don't give these type of women any kind of attention because my thought is like, what could she possibly bring me? What is she presenting to me that would be of value to me? I don't really need your money. So it has to be something that I really need in my life. I don't need your bullshit, your argument. I don't need that. I don't need sex. You know, I don't, that's superficial. What a man truly wants in you is someone that's going to be supportive, is going to help him to accomplish his mission, and so on and so forth. He's not really concerned about, if a man is really established like where I am right now, he's not really concerned about your degree. Oh, Miss PhD, Miss BA. It doesn't really matter because many of you that have that, along with that comes a deluge of debt. And so the other thing, you have these women out there that really has this false perception of reality. You don't want to work. You want a man that's capable of taking care of you and your ready-made family. Now, I want you to look at this realistically, like the woman that was with the good brother Matthew. Her life, she's gonna be just a bum from the slum. She'll be slightly below average at best, slightly below average, because she has 2 young sons. What are your sons, Matthew? 9 months and 2 years old.
Yeah.
What real man's going to invest into that? These children are brand new, and she runs off across the country and lies on the brother. That the brother's calling to talk to, you know, trying to just have some sort of relationship, kind of see my sons on FaceTime or something of that nature. What does she do? She puts in a fake restraining order, a false protection order, and stating a lot of false allegations. And you know why she did that? Because I was telling the brother, this is what I would do. Because his son, well, I'm going to let Matthew tell you some of it, but his son had a medical appointment that she thought nothing about. So I told him, if I was you, brother, since that appointment was so important, I would go down to the courthouse and I would put in a claim or a complaint for medical neglect. And I also would put in a custody order to file custody. And I also would actually tell them to have my sons return to their state of residency. But apparently, where he is in the state of Virginia, whoever, and I told him this before he let her take him, whoever has their sons in their possession, that's 9/10 of the law. So they're pretty much entitled to do and go where they want to be. And so this is a prime example of females going wild and using the system. The system is biased against men. I am exhausted with women, and you sent men. You sent men. I detest you like a sickness. It incenses me how many men come on here and try and tell me, oh man, you're too harsh. Right? We have a right to be hostile, man. Everything is against the heterosexual male, even the simp male, even the mangina. Everyone seems to be against it. I mean, it's like the heterosexual male is a punching bag, a doormat. So Matthew, why don't you give them a brief synopsis of what's going on here, what happened? Why don't you just tell them your story? Matter of fact, the brother was approached by 2 deputy sheriffs today because after she received the order from him to try and get his sons returned back to the state of Virginia. Now, this woman then took his sons, then went all the way to Oregon. Now one of his sons has a medical condition. She took them all the way to Oregon thinking nothing about their health in a car with no registration and nothing in it, driving across country. After he caught her online, sending lewd photos to another man. These are the same women. Oh, I want a husband? Are you really serious? You guys better get my book, man. A Spokesman for Men, because this is not a joke. This is not a game. This is real. This is real, man. If these women can railroad you, they will. And they're quick to come on here and talking about what men are not doing. From what I see, most men really want the best for their sons and their daughters. So when the man cannot tolerate your mouth anymore, he often leaves because you have daddy issues. And yes, many of the men have daddy issues as well. But one thing that the man knows is that you're not supposed to be ruling over him. And this false sense of equality that they now have in the United States corporation is why these women could do things like this. I mean, a woman could go and file a false protection order, a false restraint order, and absolutely nothing happened to her. No validity. Listen, man, you guys want to take a stand against something? This is what we need to take a stand against. And this is why I can't stop. I won't stop doing things like a spokesman for men. So for those of you that have not registered for my other channel, Kahan Tazadoctrine, that channel is going to be specifically about relationships and how to help men that's in trouble. So any of you, you're going through this type of thing, restraining order, come to that channel if you really want to be helped. If you're ready to stop being a simp, if you're ready to stop being a doormat to the woman, to a borderline, or to a narcissistic person, subscribe to the channel now, Kahan Tazadoctrine on YouTube. Go ahead, brother.
It all started. I wish I would have listened when he first told me. Instead, I hesitated, paid for it. He told me to go ahead and do the custody stuff. I hesitated. I was going to see if she was going to try and come back and try to make it to the appointments. And when she canceled the appointments, I tried to rush back up there. The holidays had everything closed. I couldn't do nothing about it. As soon as I did it, less than a week later, I'm thinking I'm getting stuff about my custody. Instead, I'm getting a restraining order with false accusations.
Okay, let me see if I could play, because I try to record that, because when the when the deputy sheriffs came up today, I was calling the brother, and he was smart enough to let it come through his Bluetooth, and just I wanted to record it just in case, because you never know what's going to happen if you're a melanated man in the presence of police. You never know how it's going to turn out. So I decided to record it. Now I haven't listened to it. Hopefully it's clear, and you'll see what he's dealing with here. Now this woman, she fabricated a story that has no validity to it, and because of that, she said, "Oh, he's dangerous. He has a weapon. He's beat up women before." This woman's all the way in Oregon. How's he gonna hate? She's all the way in Oregon. He's beat up women before. Didn't she make some sort of allegation saying you've done something to her in the last 180 days? This far ahead, man. This system is broken. The judicial system is definitely broken. And every time something like this happens, man, men need to start taking a stand and coalesce. And all you men that's coming against platforms like this, man, shame on you. Or you, and even you women that come over here, see, that was a thumbs down before I even started this. Before I said, how can you give a thumbs down for this? No empathy, no nothing. Just heartless. Just heartless, man. See if I can find that, man. Hopefully it's clear. So, the brother calling, trying to talk to his sons, and she's alleging, he's harassing me. So, yeah, this is about 11 minutes and 5 seconds. All right, this is about, Matthew didn't even know I was recording it. Yeah, I'm always ahead of the game, man, trying to, make sure nothing happens. So, you guys trying to keep it a little quiet and see if you can hear this here.
Exactly what you need. Then reconcile this back. That's where you're going to need the help of an attorney, or go up to the clerk's office when finish that and talk to them about what your rights are. Okay, so how do I file about with this damn fall? Well, let me finish this part. We'll go back to that first page. Okay. So
yeah, she done a protective order against him with no validity. She doesn't have proof of anything. You don't need proof. See, this is what you guys don't get. There's two types of protection order. One of them's a misdemeanor, and it doesn't require any proof whatsoever. So that one requires no proof because it's not a felon. Now, you know how this could become a felony? If he contact her, since they put the restraining order on him with no validity. Now, check out how ridiculous this system is. The deputy sheriff told him, you got to get rid of your weapons because she said you're dangerous because of the weapons. So you got to get rid of your weapons, your ammunition. What kind of system is this, folks? What kind of system is this? And you see, and listen, let me tell you this, man. I'm going to say this to you men. This is where you got to get this book, man, A Spokesman for Men. 70% or higher of all restraining orders are initiated by women against men. 70%. You understand? She took this man's sons and went across country because he caught her doing dirt. She's sending lewd photos to another man. Then she went, and so when he filed for custody, this is the way she retaliated. She fabricated a story. And I'm telling you something, man. You so-called white guys, the same thing will happen to you. It's no better for you, man. This system is biased against all heterosexual men. And there's some so-called white guys out there that'll tell you what I'm saying. It's the absolute truth. So when women come over here and they hate, and I'm going to tell you, man, you're a woman too. Most of these women, they need counseling. I'm telling you, man, because most of these women, and I'm talking specifically now in the so-called African-American community, the Moors, the Israelites, right? These women need counseling because the vast majority of you was raised without a male figure. And if there were men in the home, it was this man, that man, this man, that man. So you have daddy issues. You don't know how to deal with a man, and you definitely don't know how to deal with a real man. If a man is masculine, you tell, oh, that's toxic masculinity. Why? Because the only thing that you have to measure a man by is the men that you raise, that behave just like you. And these are the men that you don't like. But yeah, and still with all of this, you have some false sense of entitlement. And you're right, brother. A lot of the counselors have issues also. They have bad relationships. So I mean, because chances are, and you know how what typically happens, because I've seen this before. This happened to my brother, man. My brother was married to a so-called white woman in California. His daughter was acting up in the store, and he scolded her. His then at the time wife lied, called 911 and said my brother punched his daughter in the face. So they now my brother got a drawer with a top secret clearance on it. So she gets him arrested. He gets out. When he get arraigned in 24 hours, she done the same thing to him. She got a restraining order against him. Said he was an endangerment to his daughters. Couldn't come around it. She kept that thing going for 6 years. But I saw that coming. I told him, listen, you need to break away from this woman. I see a lot of bad things. He didn't want to listen. Matthew really didn't listen to me all the way. Because did I not tell you, Matthew? Listen, man, don't make any contact with her. Concentrate on yourself. Because if you call her, she might fabricate some kind of story saying that you was threatening her. And that's exactly what she did. That's exactly what she did. So let's listen to some of this call, man.
Except as otherwise stated in this order, you're prohibited from entering, attempting to enter, or remain in the area within 150 feet of 2933 Southeast Timberlake Drive in Hillsborough. That's not a problem because you can't hold on. Could you tell me when this was filed? Give me just a second. Okay, we'll go back to all of that. All right. So you can contact them by email, social media, or electronic method. That means I can call to see my son's mail. It says, my phone looks like to me it's scratched right. It says on text message only about the children. It might be the ink. That's crazy because it's like I've been trying to keep in contact with my friends and stuff like that. So that way I can make sure I keep a relationship with her. Yeah. That means I can't send her no diapers, no milk, or nothing to let her know or tell her about it. That's what you're saying. I can't send her nothing in the mail either until you get this taken care of. Because, I mean, she's in Oregon, you're in Virginia, but you don't want to violate a protected civil matter like that. Violate. So the parent not awarded temporary custody will not have parents attend with minor children because he does not have a safe home for our children, and then around our children he is under the influence of marijuana and bleach rather than taking care of our children. Wow.
So you heard what she said? You hear what she said, Matthew?
Yeah.
So when he's around the children, he's under the influence of marijuana. And you do what instead of taking care of the children? Sleeps. Yeah. Sleeps instead of taking care of the children. Like he's supposed to take care of the children. She doesn't work. She wants him to go out and work and take care of the children. Wow. You guys are seeing now how serious this is? This happens all the time, folks. Every day in America, this is happening. It's time that we as men take a stand against this, and the women that love him. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something about yourselves, sisters. And so this is where you don't like me, because I'm a real man, right? And I don't bite my tongue. I tell you the truth. And most of you can't handle the truth. Women hate being told about themselves, right? Women detest being told about themselves. And here's the other thing. You other women out there, you know a lot of these women are wrong, but you won't tell them that they're wrong. It would be better with this coming from another woman. This is why I always trying to get women to come on the show, but you don't want to do it. You know why? Because you lie for each other. And this is why most of you are going to die miserable and lonely, right? Because you first of all, you want a man that's far above you. You want a man that's going to provide you with all of these things. And the only thing, I was listening to this one female, all she had was a high school education. She had on fake hair. First of all, me, I don't know about you other guys. There's no way I would be happy. I don't have interest in a woman that has anything fake on. Fake hair, a lot of makeup. It's all made up. Because when I have to wake up and see you in the morning, what do you look like without the makeup? See, this is how you men have to start thinking. Well, what does she look like without the makeup? How does she look undressed? Is she overweight? Is she 5'5", 160 pounds? No, thank you. I'm good. Because you're bigger than the average man that's that height. You 5'4" and you weigh 180, but you think because your face is all painted up, you got your war paint on, you think that you have some sense of entitlement because of your JJ? We men must start thinking differently, man. I'm dead serious. And I say this with all humbleness, man. You have to start thinking differently and not just seeing it, but living it out. You have to stop thinking with the head between your legs. You have to stop. Listen, man, a lot of these women, man, see, the most valuable thing that a woman could give you, man, is to reproduce, right? Reproduction, right? So typically the younger, as long as she's over the legal age of majority, the better, right? Because chances are she could reproduce. But you have some women out here like this woman that he was with, that she's hitting her 30, you know, and she got 2 young children, but you think you're gonna, what are you gonna find better than your husband? You know, see, yeah, you'll find other men, sisters, you will find other men, but you're gonna just be a pump and dump. The man just wants you for sexual. He's not pushing no ring on that. You got 2 young children by another man, and he got to deal with that for 18 and 19 more years. No real high value male is going to push a ring on that. This is what you women, and I'm gonna tell you, man, there's a lot of channels like this going around on the internet today, and they're waking men up, and that's beautiful, except for these ones that sense, right? And so men are starting to wake up. The only ones that still catering to this is that you sense. You just simply you just want to fend for the woman. Like most Moors, I can't respect most of you, man, because you believe in a matriarchy, man. I cannot, man. I cannot. You gotta bear me witness that just about everything that's being used in this world was created by a man. Women say they don't need men. And that's one of the most ludicrous things that I've ever heard, because almost everything that she's using was created by a man. In the event of these single women, right, that say they don't need a man, in the event that someone breaks in her home and she called 911, she's hoping that men respond. She's not hoping that women respond. If her house is on fire, she's not hoping that a firewoman comes. She's hoping that fireman comes. You see? If she goes into an auto mechanic, she's hoping that a good male mechanic will fix her car correctly, but you don't need a man. See, the thinking is off. That shows you how off your thinking really is. And so when I say stuff like this, you say, oh, well, he's a chauvinist. He hates women. I don't hate women. I have a wife. You can't get it together. This is why you're lonely. And this is why you're going from man to man to man. Some of you women, you have 4 different children by 4 different men, and you think that you're sane, and you still think your box is valuable. Listen to me, read my lips. No high-value man wants a woman that's been passed around like that. The only thing you're good for is a pump and dump. Boom, boom, bye. Or we'll play that game until the man becomes accustomed to your JJ, then it's, hey, I'm not going to marry you. That's what the man is thinking. I'm not going to marry you. It was just, you blaze me, I blaze you. What do you expect from this? But she's always, and this is reality. This is a reality check for you women. You better listen, because I know what I'm talking about. And you women, you should read this book also. A Spokesman for Men. I call it a spokesman for men, but it's really for men and women how to fix. Some people read my book and get upset. Get upset. That man with women, right? Ivy read it, got upset. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn who reads it and get upset. This is the truth. I wrote my life in this book, right? This book, you want to know Tazadoctrine? All you got to do is read my books. My books is a clear depiction of my life. And so what's going on with my good brother Matthew, this is why I do what I do, man. This is why I speak out like I speak out. Because someone has to really stand for men. So I deem myself a spokesman for men because I've seen too many men getting railroaded. We're going back and we're going to listen to some more of these sheriffs, deputy sheriffs. And this happened today. Tell him, Matthew, that this just happened today. This happened today. Just, what time was this? Around 1 or 2 o'clock, somewhere around there? So, somewhere in that. Yeah, this just happened today.
My guess is you sent some paperwork up there, like you said, to start something. If you wanted time with the kids or joint custody or whatever it is, this is her response to your so this is her. So she's able to respond like this. It's what she chose to do. That's what I'm guessing. Okay. So that's about what it says. This was done on July the 7th. So that was done. Right. Well, that was done 1 or 2 days. That's Tuesday. 1 or 2 days after I filed. But that's it.
So what she did, so when Matthew was corresponding with me, I told him I would go down and file for custody. And I would actually also put in a medical neglect claim. And so when she received it, what she did 3 days later, now comes the false allegations about she need protection from him. This is what women do. When they don't have no ammunition, hey, we'll just make up something. The system, every single woman that says that this system is not biased against men, may the Most High strike you, man. May the White House strike you for being a liar, because you're lying and you know you're lying. This type of thing right here, I see it happen too much, man. This is why men have to learn to protect themselves. This is why I teach things about the common law, family court. This is why I wrote my book, Red Pill, Right Knowledge, because I went through this. But when I went through it, I knew how to deal with it. I kept documentations of everything. I kept the recordings. And this is what I was trying to tell him. I never talk with her over the phone because that's a setup. Because all they have to do is see that a phone call went out to her and she could say you said anything. You see? And this is how the protection order, the restraining order came in against this brother. So the only thing I did when I corresponded with her, it was 2 text messages. No false allegations there, right? And so the things that she said, I eventually used them against her in court. But once the brother filed for the custody order, now she fabricated lies. Oh, he did this. He's doing this. He's dangerous, and so on and so forth. But she's the one that took her sons across the country when they was due for medical appointments, very serious appointments. She thought nothing of it.
A woman were arrested. He went to his ex-girlfriend. He has access to a handgun. He has a very bad temper. He's been admitted to a psychiatric ward. So anyway, that's her allegation. This is your cop. Wow. Let me start this part. There's so much false pretenses in here. I'm gonna help you with this. I have no firearms in my possession at the time of the court orders. I do not currently possess it. Or all firearms and ammunition in my possession has been transferred to. What that means is you gave it to somebody. I am asserting my constitutional right against self-incrimination. I decline to make any statements about firearms. Which would you like to check? I'm asserting my constitutional self-incrimination. All right. I have filed copies of this declaration and the declaration from third-party recipients, if any, with the district attorney's office. I'm going to do that by mailing it in. Okay. I hereby declare that the above statements are true to the best of my knowledge and belief. I understand that they are made for use as evidence in court, and I am subject to penalty for perjury. Okay? So all you've done is say that you want to assert your constitutional right. Okay? So today is July the 12th, 2021. This is where you sign and print, and then your address is, what is it here? So the last file, all the documentation with the text messages and everything like that. And if you wish, 19518 Church Road. You're in South Chesterfield, Virginia, 23803. Do you have a phone number you wish to put on here, sir? No, I should have my phone number on file. Okay. Now, do you want to sign this? I can't make you sign it. I'm not going to make you sign it, but this is the place for you to sign and print. That's entirely up to you. Okay, so if I'm signing this, exactly what am I signing? You're saying that you chose not to say you had no firearms. You chose not to say that you transferred them to somewhere. You have chosen to assert your constitutional rights and not incriminate yourself. Nobody can make you incriminate yourself. So what happens if I don't sign this, falls out? I have no idea, sir. And I don't want to sign. And I agree. I understand completely. I doubt if I would sign it standing in front of law enforcement officers. Well, I just don't understand exactly. So then I don't blame you for that either. So the rest of this, all of this is in your copy. Okay, right? So and that's the only thing that you needed to sign. You chose not to sign it, and that's okay. Now, if you have a card, I got to go back to my car and I'll get a card. We can't give legal advice. What advice we do give is that you should go up to the clerk's office and try to talk to them, and possibly you're going to need to help you. It's all the way across the other side of the country. That means you have to find an attorney over here. I have to find an attorney over there. You're going to end up having to go over there, probably, I would think, because everything's filed in the Oregon court. So how do I file false pretenses, false allegations? That's something you have to have for. I don't know. I'm talking about, can I file that here? I don't know. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not versed in the ballpark. Right, so let me go get my card for you. And if you have any questions that I can answer, I don't mind answering. I'm actually all supposed to be shocked because it's like this is the first time I had like false allegations actually put against me. Actually, any allegations like that. And so it's like it's crazy because she was just contacting me yesterday after my uncle had passed away. I told her about my uncle. And she was contacting me yesterday, and I always call. She never would respond. And I was like, I just called her to see my son, and then she would always have this excuse right before she ended up putting him to bed when he was in bed. Well, can you explain that to him about the no contact part of it? Yeah, I'm just going to only do while you get my card. If he were to tell you, up in the air, if he were to tell you, because I guarantee you, she doesn't want you contact. If you stop sending type, you stop sending money. And all of that. Follow me? Yeah. Okay, so let's know what that becomes. That's not that. In any way, shape, or form. You can't send her smoke signals. You can't, send her Facebook message. You can't tell anybody to say this to her. Yeah. There's no third party contact. Yeah, basically a contact. That's there's going to be hearing for this. That's on July 27th. And this is not a forever order. This is like good for a couple weeks. couple of weeks been after trying to see my son. After this expires, contact her. This actually does expire. It's going to be years in July. It's like, does anybody ever, it's crazy now because it's like, I don't understand how people, because she's driving with expired tags, I don't understand how she expects me to try and get her license plate and I can't contact. Right. And if she decides to set you up and call you, don't answer. Okay. Even if she contacts you, you respond that you're still in violation. Okay. Is the hearing aid on the mic? He has to request it. That one. So, probably, I'm not sure because I don't know anything about Oregon protective orders. If you don't contest it in some form or fashion, it sounds like it's going to probably become a permanent protective. If you don't contest it. Yeah, I'm doing my book. Right there. Do you have an attorney or know an attorney? Yes, I do. That would be my first move. I mean, it costs you money. Yeah. It depends on how much you want to try to save your relationship with boys. Because they will be versed in how to answer this, what to do, and those things. Okay? Okay. They'll be able to advise you a lot better. Yeah. We're not attorneys. Right, so there's my card. I'm definitely the same, like I said earlier. Our best advice is go to the courthouse, contact your attorney, retain them, because they ain't gonna do nothing until you pay them money. Yeah. And then give that to them and tell them you want to contest it. And maybe it can be done through the attorneys talking rather than you having to travel to Oregon. Okay? Appreciate you coming out, your cooperation and everything. It's not because I don't know what. I know. I don't know if I was here for my own custody stuff. Well, it could be that we're back for something like that. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great day. You too. I'll be safe and don't work too hard out there.
All right, so that's the end of it. So Matthew, you didn't make it down to the court today, man.
It's crazy because like when I called over there, they closed at 3 o'clock their time, and by the time 12 o'clock their time, and I was thinking like, okay, they're 3 hours behind. And I looked at the time, it was already almost 12 o'clock. All I could do was get a phone call, and what was even more crazy, they want me to mail it in instead of me calling to set up the request a hearing. And I'm like, okay, I see how this is going. So I have to fill it all out and mail it in, and then try to get in touch with y'all again to find out what's going on. And it's just like, it's crazy. And then when you get to the back of it, I don't know why they put all that information at the back. Talking about physical, like you reading the front, you just seeing the stuff they saying. But then when you get to the back, you see not only did she say that, she said physical abuse in the last 180 days. And I'm just thinking, how? Like, how? I'm working, and then I'm watching the kids. You gone all from 5 until 4 or 5 in the morning DoorDash. And what's crazy is like most of the time she would sit at her sister's house for hours at a time, not even DoorDash. Like I said, when stuff don't make sense, it don't sit right with me. And it's hard because it's like you trying to do stuff for your sons, and it's like your hands are tied to where it's like your heart yearns for your sons, but it's like you can't even do nothing about it at the cost of losing them forever. And some people will spiral out of control, but for me, it's just hard.
Okay, so here's a problem. And here's a woman. What do you women have to say about this? Here's a woman that because he caught her sending pictures of her damn vagina to another man, She told him she wanted a divorce. Once her ass got caught, took his sons, went across the country. When he filed for custody of his sons and medical neglect, she goes and she fabricates a false protection order, lying in the protection order. And this is what our government calls justice. And it's not like they don't know that this is going on. The government knows this. They know this. The attorneys know this. They're allowing it. And this is why I tell you that the court system is broken, man. It's broken. It's utterly biased against men. Links in the room, man. You guys could come in and speak on it, man. This right here, man, it incenses me, man. What's going on, Remy?
Shalom, King. Shalom.
Shalom.
You know, just waiting for the day the Most High come take us from this wicked place, man. You know, get that bad energy away from me.
Did you hear what she just done to him? Did you hear what we was talking about?
Nah.
Yeah, he this man is married to a Mexican. Got 2 children by it. And here's a man stand up dude, working all the time, trying to be a good father to his sons. One of them's 9 months. One of them's 2 years. What is the other one, Matthew? 2 years old now? Is he 2?
Yeah, be 3 in September.
Yeah, so one of them, he has to wear a helmet because both of them was preemies, correct?
Yeah, 7 months.
Yeah, both of them were preemies. So one of them has to wear a helmet because he was laid, I guess, inappropriate on his head when he was a baby. So they got to wear a helmet to reshape his head. And so when the time came up, what was it, Matthew, a week ago, maybe now, that she was supposed to take his son in for an appointment to get the helmet replaced, this woman's gone. She jetted like one night, like really late, early in the morning. She took his car, the car that Matthew co-signed for, took it, drove it across the country all the way to Oregon, medically neglecting her son's appointment. And her reason being is because when Matthew went through her phone, he seen that she was sending pictures of a damn vagina to some dude. And where's he at? In Detroit? He was in Michigan, Matthew?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she trying to deny it when he looking right at it. And she trying to blame him. And so I told him, when he reached out to me, I was like, yo, I would file an order for temporary custody, man, and get him back and file for medical neglect because she intentionally caused him to miss his appointment. So she got that a few days ago. And once she got that, she went down to the court on the 7th and created a fake protection order saying that Matthew was dangerous. He beat up a woman before. He threatened her and he was violent against her. It's the past 180 days that he got a handgun. She don't trust him. She's in fear for his life. So the sheriffs, I just played a call right now, about 10 minutes, where the deputy sheriffs came to him today and served him with a protection order. And this chick is all the way across the country, man, in Oregon. That's how broken the system is, man. That's how broken the system is.
And y'all Negroes want to make some welfare, and this is what happens in this place, man. Y'all want to have your own banking system, and this is what this devil's doing. This woman can go ahead and have, first of all, these women, man, like, these women think they always right on everything they do because there's no accountability for them. There's no accountability. So if you walking around free to do whatever you want, there's no limits to your evil you're going to do. No, there's no like how she has time to even be texting a dude. Like when you got a preemie like a baby, like that you gotta be on all the time. Like when do you have time to do that? Like, these women make time for the wrong evil shit every day, every second they trying to find something wicked to do. Shit disgusts me, man. This place is disgusting, B. I don't know why y'all want to stay here, man. Most us showing you, like, you know what I'm saying, is a better way. Taking his route, because chariots is
You know
out
what's
there, man.
worse,
They lining
Quinn?
it up.
You know what's worse? She had no evidence of nothing, just completely made up. You don't even need any evidence to anything, just completely made up. The brother that just dropped off the call, man, come on back on. You can come on back on. Go ahead, Clint.
So, yo, I don't know what to say, because, like, what can you do in this place? Like, unless you got an army, man. An army waiting on that army to come, you know what I'm saying? That's going to destroy this wicked fucking thing they doing in the system, man. Is the laws and sickening, man. Sickening these women get away with everything they do, man. That's why it's better to stay, like, you know what I'm saying, on your own purpose. Like, just do your own purpose and figure out what you want to do with yourself and your life, like, and just
That's
stay
what I
away
was
from these
telling them to
women,
do.
man. Like,
That's what I
these
was
women
telling
is
them to do.
trouble, man. They trouble, man. Like, they gonna get you in, so they gonna spend your money and get you in trouble. Like, they gonna take your resources when they done with you to another dude, and you over here living in the studio because of that. Like, you had the house, now you're in the studio, you're in a room. That's what you want for yourself. That's what happens to deal with these women, man. Too
Yep.
many people that going through that right now. Too many men.
Yep. Yep. And she might not have had nothing when she came there.
Nothing. That's what the scripture say, man. Once they done what they supposed to leave with nothing. This woman taking everything from you. They snatch your whole life away from you quick.
Just
You're
off of
not
false
smart and vigilant.
allegations, though, man.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it is,
yeah.
man.
Man, I went through
False
So
that with my
allegations.
beam. I went through that with my beam. I know. I know. No trial, no nothing. They don't give you nothing.
what's so hard about it is I can even be there for my sons. Like I was able to see my sons every night. This is the first night I'm not gonna be able to even see them and tell them I love them.
Con. And it's not even, it's that too, and it's like, it's just see, like, you supposed to be able to do what you want with your seed. Like, should be no man telling you that what to do. Like, who could take your son and who cannot. Like they ain't supposed to be telling you nothing about what you made. Like, I come from you. Like, but this place, they all trying to
Yeah.
oversee you, thinking they got some better knowledge than you. We ain't all wicked as hell. Like, this whole system wicked as the law and all that stuff, man. Extortion. This place is to extort you. That's what this place is made to extort you, man. Everything you work for. When you work for it, they tax you, right? Extortion. All day. You gotta go back to go to the store, tax you.
All this time my grandma been telling me she can use them kids as pawns. She can use them as pawns. I did not get what she was saying until today. All the time I was calling to see and speak to my sons, she pretty much used that to be like, oh, if you can't see and talk to her sons, that's gonna hurt them the most. It ain't hurt. It's just it's a hole in your soul when you can't bond with your sons. Like my son is only 2 years old, and I already done taught him how to dig a hole, take the plant out the tray, put the fertilizer in the ground. He loved planting with me in the garden. It's like I'm not even able to do that. And it's like I didn't even get to see my son's first steps with my first son or my 9-month old. He's starting to walk, and I don't even get to see any of that. His teeth were coming in. I
Right.
don't
This
even
is
get
not
to
the
see
first
him.
time she did it, right, Matthew? She left before.
Yeah.
But she never called the cops, right? Nor she did it this time? Because you call her dirty. Because she knew it was over this time. So she turned it up on you this time. But I told you, man, I told you do not make any communication with her because she will lie. And that's exactly what she did.
And you did tell me that. And just like you told me to file for custody, and then I wanted to wait. I filed the custody, and then I stopped it. I was like, maybe she just went up there for the holiday for the 4th of July and stuff. She gonna come back for his appointment. And then she tell me 2 days before his appointment, she canceled the appointments. I'm like, it took months for the program to even approve the insurance. How you gonna just cancel the appointments talking about you gonna do it over there, knowing they're on my insurance and you have no way of getting them insurance? And then if you did get them the insurance, you still gotta wait months for it to be approved for him to go through, for him to get a new helmet. But it's like by then his head would be already hard and his head wouldn't be soft enough to shape it the way it's supposed to be shaped. It's just all I can say is it hurts. Like it's like a part of you is missing and you don't even know what to begin to look for to even try to get back whole again. It's just what do
There's
people
something,
really
isn't
do?
it, Clint? You don't even have to do anything wrong, man. A woman could just say you done something and destroy your whole damn life, man. She's destroying this man's entire life, man. What, I gotta prove my innocence for a story she just made up?
Just hold on, King. Just hold on. She gonna get what she deserves. If you don't get to see it here, you gonna see it in the future, man. When the Most High bring everything to justice, man. All these women that think they getting away with something, they saw them coming. It's coming. They think it's not. Oh, that's not real. You gonna see what's real or not. You gonna see
Yeah,
how real it is. You gonna get that prize, that revenge you gonna get where they can't do nothing about. There ain't gonna be no 911 to call.
right. Yeah, at this time, you know, so you guys could come on the call, man, and give your perspective, man. Um, the brother, he said he went through it. You could come on, Wesley. Come on the call, man, and give a testimony. He said he just went through it 3 years ago. I mean, if you haven't been through this yourself, if you're a man, you know someone that went through it. You know someone that went through it, or someone that's going through it right now. Because 70% of all restraining orders and protection orders are filed by women against men. And there's a very, very high percentage of them that's fake. But they still put them through. You know why? Because it's a business. It's commerce. It all comes down to commerce. So don't you women start thinking that they really care about you? They don't care about you, man. It's all about commerce. These people have jobs, job titles, and when you do things like this, you keep them in business. What's up, Drake? Yeah, Drake, I tried to call that number today, man. It just went straight to voicemail.
Ah, okay.
Because it was a landline. But go ahead, brother. Wesley, come in the room, man.
Yeah. I have a cousin, my first cousin's son, and he has a child with this woman, and he's dealing with a similar type situation. Only they still have the whole relationship. There's no there hasn't been any of that craziness like what what the other brothers is experiencing. However, he had an issue with her where she was texting this dude and she went out and she was with the dude and so they ended up breaking up. But the whole point is, you know, that she's sorry and no, she wants things to go back, and it's, you know, there's just no going back once people, you know, they do certain things. So I mean, I'm saying that this is a bigger problem than, you know, it's not just, you know, here and there. It seems to be something that's going on.
Yeah.
What's
According
going
to
on? What's
scriptures.
going on is women can't be trusted at all, even with kids. That's not in the way that the Most High has preserved us to be. Even when they have deformities, Paul, I mean to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm trying to figure out the right word to say, but unfortunate things that happen when we have children, right? These women still want to go out and cheat. Like they still can't keep themselves in the house. Like I'm talking about, oh, I love the
Mm-hmm.
kids. How you love the kids, but you outside with the man? I'm right here with him. Like you left. I
Right.
watched you leave. Like, oh, you made a lie, say you was somewhere, you was, you know what I'm saying? I'm going back to go do what I'm supposed to do for the family, and you outside what to do. Like, how you have time to do that? Where?
Right. Right.
There's,
Eh,
there's
eh,
no accountability for it here. There's nothing you can do about it in this world. So I'm trying to tell y'all men, like, y'all got to just chill with these women. These women don't have no, like, repercussions for them. That's why they do what they want. You gotta play the game with them. You gotta play that game they want to play. Just, I'm not saying, like, that you shouldn't have kids, but, like these women are not eligible anymore to, like, want to start a life here with them. Like, they're gonna be, at one point, they're gonna do you dirty. Like, you have to always worry about that. And when they get kids, they get worse. Like everybody said that. When my friends like, oh, yo, I had a kid when it got worse. Like it always get worse when you have children with them.
And
They
I'm
true
thinking
color
that,
come out.
because they use child support as a leverage to control the man. But Drake, what you were saying, man, if he's a spiritual man, he's supposed to never take that woman back, according to the
no,
law, man. It's written in the book of Deuteronomy 24:1. If a man marries a woman, but she becomes displeasing to him because he finds some indecency in her, right, she don't went out, man. You know, with another man, it tells you when you jump down to verse 4, Deuteronomy 24:4, then the husband who divorced her first may not remarry her. You can't take her back. He's not supposed to take her back because she becomes an adulteress. And in
yeah,
Jeremiah 3, verse 1, it says, if a man divorces his wife and she leaves him and marries another man, should she return to him again? Would not the land be completely defiled? But you have lived as a prostitute with many lovers. So you're not supposed to take her back. You understand what I'm talking about? He's not
yeah,
supposed to take her back ever, man.
yeah.
What's even more crazy is like, it's funny because as soon as she got over there, she tried to trade the car in after putting all the miles from DoorDashing. They asked for $1,500.
But you know what's really crazy though, Matthew, is you signed for that. Now she's a man. Your life, you man. This is why I told you, man. You need to listen to. I'm not making this up, man. You need to listen to what I was telling you, man. Because right now, her restraining order wouldn't have had no validity if you wasn't calling her. See, when you call her, she could lie and say, "Oh, he said this on the call." I told you not to make any kind of communications with her, man.
Yeah.
She would have never had no validity to any of that because I've seen that done before. Michael, what you got, brother? Michael, York, Blendon, you've been on here for a minute. Michael Blendon.
And it's like,
Michael Blendon, what do you have, brother?
Yo.
You gotta unmute yourself, Mike. Michael, unmute yourself. Let's go to Chi Alpha, man. Michael Blendon's having some connection issues here. Chi, what you got, King?
Peace, God. Peace and wellness to the chat.
Peace, King.
I shared the little information with you the other day, but I seen the title today, so I could get more in depth because I heard other brothers' testimony. And
Right.
When you follow the Most High, you definitely gonna be tested, and that's when it all begins. So I'm gonna give y'all a story. I wanted to change my life. Already was doing good. anyway. It was just certain things I didn't want to be a part of. So I went and got baptized. This is 2016, I believe. Went and got baptized, and I put on Facebook that I got married. But it was for me, meaning I got it from the scripture that, you know, Jesus was supposed to come back for the bride, and the bride is the church, blah blah blah. So basically,
Right.
I was saying I was married to the Most High.
Right.
So little do you know, your choice your little choices or things could affect others. My baby mother, my child mother, my offspring mother at the time went and she thought I married somebody basically she ain't like, one of the ladies I was dating at the time.
Right.
And then that's when the elaborate schemes came about. I had a protective order on me.
Wow.
So when I got notified to go to the family court and all that.
So hold on,
down.
brother. Hold on a second. So just because you put on Facebook that you got married, you know, you meaning you married to the Most High, this woman goes and get a protective order out on you.
And a little bit of influence, but facts, yes. Part of the program. Yep. The grandmother too. So yeah, I ain't making no excuses for that. But yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, because ultimately, at the end of the day, man, if she's the legal age of majority, she's responsible. Someone could tell me to do something, but ultimately, I got the choice, right? I could decide not to do it.
Definitely. So got to the family court. I ain't have nobody. My family said you don't need representations. Family court. Blah blah blah. When I got to family court, I know I got left with a restraining order against me, and the main thing that got the restraining order was that she brought up her sister's murder, and she was like, "In your honor, my sister got murdered in 2013 while we was together, and he told me I'm gonna end up just like her." And the judge looked at me like she knew, like I supposedly said it, and made her
Right.
decision from there. It was crazy. Even the clerk, she pulled me to the side, like I overheard everything, and that after what she told that judge, the judge wouldn't want to have nothing on her conscience of something happened to her. And a year later, my baby mother ended up getting murdered by her boyfriend.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I got left with this thing. So thank grace to the Most High, I came across your page the other day, and you gave me that true leadership, and told me I gotta do my due diligence, because at the end of the day, the elders or the so-called men out here, they dropped the ball.
Right.
They dropped the ball, and I told a few OGs that the other day, because I've been asking the Most High to help me communicate better for a few years. Because some people like, yo, your delivery is too much for us, and I'm, so.
What do you mean by
I ain't
that?
going over. I mean,
What do you mean by
yes,
that?
they wanted me to. According to them, I had too much passion or conviction.
Oh yeah, they tell
Want me
me
to
that all the
sugarcoat it.
time, man. They tell me that
Yes,
all the
sir.
time, man. Yeah.
But that was my fault, because I was being around a circle I knew, that wasn't living right. But I was just trying to spread my light. I didn't want to
Right.
look down on my brothers, But long
Right.
story short, big bro. Yeah, a year later, she got murdered. When I got the news, I immediately tried my best to get custody of her. But another elaborate scheme that night, the DCF workers supposedly put in her report that I said I'm glad my baby mother got killed.
But
So that was another
here's
thing.
the thing, brother. Here's the thing, and I don't know if I said this to you the other night. That's an allegation, right?
Yes, sir.
Even if the baby mom said it, right? That's her word against yours. Unless there was a witness there, that's hearsay evidence, and that's not admissible into a court. So as long as you object. So even though if she has that in that case, me personally, what I would do, I would file a claim against that DCF worker, man.
Yes, sir.
That's defamation. That's known as defamation, right? Because if there's a relationship, right, and something happens to one of the parent, the custody automatically goes to the other parent. Automatically. Even if a restraining order or something was previously on the other parent, unless that parent has been proven to be unfit, and you can't prove someone to be unfit simply by some allegation, right? The allegation is something that hasn't been proven. You could say that I said anything, but now you got to take me into court and be able to prove that. And if you can't prove it, then I could come at you for defamation because you destroy my character. And as you see, that was defamation right there because now, because of that statement, this is why your daughter's not with you right now.
Yes, sir. And after I wake up, I'm gonna do like you said, study and show myself approved. That's the only way I could go get her after I get myself right mentally and learn that law and the tools. Then I could go, get her.
But right now, brother, since you told me that, you know where you need to start is to get that removed from that caseworker notes. And so, if you can't appeal that, then file a claim against it. And I will find that
can't
from
appeal.
me personally.
Not to cut your wisdom short. To speed you up real quick. I got, like I said, railroad. My lawyer gave me the trial decision like a week after. It's only 20 days in Connecticut to file an appeal, so I missed my appeal time. I thought I had no hope until I came across your page. You said you gotta do other actions.
Yeah, you gotta do a new claim. You gotta open a new case. That's what I would do, right? Because they give you like some states it's 10 days for an appeal, right? So since you can't file an appeal, now you can file a claim against. I would do it against me personally for educational purposes against the state because she works for the state, right? She's a representation of the state, these CPS workers. But at the same time, I would bring a personal claim against her as well. Me personally, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you what I would do because I can't offer you any legal advice, but I would go after her personally. I will bring a personal suit, and this is how you get these people to back off, man. When you start coming at them, because too much we remain on the defensive, right? Instead of going against them, because she's defaming your character, and because of that, this is why your daughter's not with you right now. There's no validity to that, right? It's just hearsay. It's just hearsay evidence, which is only admissible if you don't object to it.
And also, supposedly what I read, the state or DCF supposed to be immune to things supposedly.
Yeah, they are.
Not immune. I'm not seeing the right word.
No, I mean they have what is known as immunity. Like if you're trying to sue their position, this is why I'm saying I would sue her as an individual, right? Not the position. Like while she's at work, I would sue her as a person, right? So I would sue, for instance, I would sue Chi Alpha and not his position as a caseworker. Because if you sue her position, then she's bonded. And the bond is put in place to protect her from lawsuits. But if you go after an individual, then that's a whole different animal right there.
And one more thing, big bro, because I want the other brothers to share their testimony. Somebody that heard my story told me about the executive letter, or do you know anything about that? Following executive letter?
Executive letter?
I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Basically, it's another way to scare them, supposedly, but I don't want to make sure I'm doing nothing wrong. But it says like when you send the executive letter and get it notarized, I guess you put a lien on all the state representatives, I guess businesses and property, supposedly. You hear anything about that?
I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey,
Go ahead, email.
what's going on, guys? Listen, just to give some of the brothers that, like the younger brothers, some information, what's going on is in this society, they have placed the woman over the man. And it's funny because like every society that has done that in history, most people don't study real history, so they don't know that, females had the right to vote in Rome. And once certain things start to happen within a civilization, like it starts to fall apart because you cannot uplift the woman higher than a man, right? And what men need to understand, especially young men, women control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. Women want to be in relationships, right? So that is your power, and the only woman that you should be entertaining is one effeminate woman and one that's going to submit. It is not a female's natural place to lead. They
Facts.
actually did. They actually did a like Survivor type episode. Like it's
Oh yeah, I
this
saw that. I saw.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Where
was talking about that. Yeah.
check this out. Check this out. So they took a group of men, dropped them on an island. They took a group of females, dropped the same group of females on the island. Within the span of a day, the men already built stuff, freaking manipulated the earth and created. Females almost died less than 16 hours. And so all this talk going around, oh yeah, we equal, we don't need men, men is this, men is that. This is what I think needs to happen. Men need to fall back because it says in the Bible, when like God gets mad at like the children of Israel, what does he do? He removes his safety from them.
Right.
And all types of stuff happen to them, and then they be like, oh snap, man, God was the one that was holding us down. And so as men, when we see all this crazy talk, be like, all right, don't argue with them. When like crazy stuff hit the fan, fall back. You equal, right? You equal to a man, right? So deal with it. And what's gonna happen is, you see, black women are the only women that do this like in record numbers. Yeah, granted, there are white women that do similar things, but outside of our culture, every woman knows that they need a man. That's why black women are less likely to be married, because even the white man don't want to deal with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he want to come home and he want to have peace. And so what like the Oprahs have done and all these feminists have done is they've destroyed the black image of a man. And in doing so, they have turned women, especially black women, against their men. And so for the younger cats on here that might be listening, women control access to sex and men control access to relationships. And it's really important that you understand it, because you don't have to give your energy to someone that's not feminine and someone that's not submissive. So if she's not feminine and if she's not submissive to you, don't deal with it, because the moment you start getting into like a crazy situation, here she come with the noise. Here she come trying to freaking rule over you, and that's not the place. And I would suggest the moment that you see something like that, run, because all these brothers coming up here telling these stories about child support, all this stuff, it's crazy to me. And I'm saying, listen, like my last freaking relationship, I had a woman threaten me, like, and my boys were like, oh man, just suck it up. I was like, nah, because you know what? If I threaten her, guess what happens? I'm gonna be locked up. So guess what happens? I freaking filed a report. I freaking filed a police report. And so after we broke up, she tried to say, oh, he hit me and he did all this. But she didn't know that I was constantly going to the police department filing fucking police reports. And so when she started saying that, I was like, all right, if that's what you want to do. But the police came and they was like, man, on this occasion you did this. On this occasion you did this. Technically he could still press charges for what he's claiming. So like, I mean, that's what saved me. And most men are like, nah, I ain't gonna do that, blah blah blah. Forget all that noise, because if the position was on the other foot, bro, she would have you sitting up in jail for 10, 20 days and then be like, oh man, I made a mistake, and then release you.
Con. And then your career is messed up because you got a domestic violence on it.
Yeah. So come on, man, we got to do better. We control access to what they want. Without us, listen, half of them are gonna die miserable because because all of this stuff, oh yeah, man, I don't need a man, or whatever. Like men could say that and do that and live. Women can't because they are emotional beings. If we start shutting the stuff down, yo, half of these women are not gonna be happy at 45 to 50. Because you know what? All this talk about I don't need a man, I don't need a man. So freaking women don't work as hard as we work. So the whole purpose for a female to be with a man is so that she don't have to really go in. She could work, whatever, make a little change, but she don't have to go in it as hard. There's gonna be women at 40 and 50 that didn't like calculate that and be like, man, I'm 40 and 50 and I still gotta work.
Right.
So if you look at what freaking white supremacy has done, they have sold a lie to black women, and there's going to be a lot of vulnerable women at 40 and 50 because what else are they going to have to sell if they can't work? What you think they're going to be selling? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a sad situation, but you know, it is what it is. So
Yeah,
men,
man, but you know, to make that situation worse, there's a lot of men, man, because you know, I be on these topics like this real heavy. There's a lot of men that put on their cape and they come as Captain Saberhub and they try and save these women. And those same men, they be the men that end up, you know, in the friend zone, or he end up getting he get took for half of his substance or more. Like even Matthew right here, man, I'll use him as a catalyst, man. I told him not to call that woman, man. I said, don't call her, man. She might fabricate some story on you. That's exactly what she did, man.
Yeah.
Exactly what she did.
These women, see, what the enemy did is saying, okay, listen, we can't go to war directly with them. Because about 50, 60, 70 years ago, the black family was strong.
Mm-hmm.
If the black family would have stayed the way it was, we would be light years ahead of people in this country. And they knew that. That's the reason why they instituted things like welfare. So now the state has become the man for the black woman. Right? And so because of that, that broke up the family structure. So now you see black women don't like black men. And black men are saying, well, listen, we can't find suitable women within our race. So they're dating outside their race. And it's messed up. But at the same point, you can't try to trick a dude into freaking dealing with BS, because most men don't want to deal with that. Most men just want to come home, chill after a hard day's work, and guess what? Freaking other cultures get it. Other cultures ain't gonna stress you. Other cultures are trained how to deal. Listen, yo, when I was stationed in Japan, you know what I'm saying, I was out there doing my thing or whatever, but like we would go out. We would go out to the club, and I'm talking about dime pieces coming up to me talking about, yo, what you want? You want something to drink? You want this? You want this? And let's just say we go back with these dime pieces and we do our thing. We wake up in the morning, our clothes are washed, ironed. I was like, you know what I'm saying, at that young age, I didn't understand, but now as an older man, I'm like, yo, that's wifey material right there. I come back to the States, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm like, bro, I would never talk to an American woman in my life after freaking traveling. And that's what I tell younger brothers. I say, listen, travel before you even think about marriage. Travel. You travel, black men are treated like gods in every other country except this one by their females, by the females of that country. And you know, I seen it firsthand. Whenever you deploy, the women literally cater to you. and they're feminine. They're not like, oh, you gotta do this. It's not like that, man. It's not like that at all. Yeah. But we live and we learn, man. That's just
The American woman has some false sense of entitlement.
Yep.
She honestly but here's part of the problem, email, is that these guys, they cater to these women because of she might be attracted, right? Yeah. She might be attracted, but then she come with all of these other she usually has a kid or more, and she'll be pushing the doctrine that I don't need a man. But when you break that down financially, there's no way, because most of our women make less than 50,000, right? Yeah. So there's no way that she would be able to retire on that and live like that for the remainder of her life.
Think about that. They just think about right now, like they do not think about inflation. They don't think about, okay, yeah, let's just say that they make 50,000 a year now. They don't think about in 10 years from now that 50,000 is going to be like 20,000. They just think in the moment, and that's the reason why God put us here, is because we are able to think 10, 20 moves ahead. That's the reason why men are so rational, right? Men will come into a situation and create things. We are the creators. We'll go and say, okay, listen, this needs to be fixed, whatever. Like women, they don't think like that.
But check this out, email. Now I'm gonna hit you with something, man, that a lot of people are not gonna like. Now, what about these Moors? Because to me, the average Moor is a saint. Any man that believe in matriarchy is a saint to me. Now, what about Moors? Because a lot of Moors teach that, the woman is a goddess. She's in charge of the man, and all men came from the woman because you have a navel. And Taj Bainham, that stuff they was teaching, the woman could have more than one husband. What you think about that?
That's why people call the Moors agents, because it's like this, right? All these so-called free organizations were infiltrated, and like if you look back at the feminist movement, it started. I forgot what that white lady's name that was in the Black Panthers. She pushed it. And that's when they were like infiltrating all. What
do you mean, Angela Davis?
I think so. I think that's her name.
Yeah, she's. I think she's a lesbian now. She's a lesbian now.
Yeah, they pushed all this stuff, and even she wrote a book talking about how they were going to destroy the black man, and it was the same ideology of females in control. And mind you, every culture that has gone the route of giving females the right to do certain things, it has slowly declined. Because what do females bring in? Because see, females are more towards a socialistic, communist mindset. They'll freaking walk around society and be like, oh man, that person on the street, oh, he needs this. Oh yeah, let's just give it to him. And like she'll freaking tell her husband, yeah, give him something. Even though this is a grown ass man, probably, smoked crack, probably did all kind of stuff throughout his life, and now I should take care of him. And that's that same mentality of child support. That's the same mentality of the of the state taking care of people. Mm-hmm. You don't ever want the government to take care of you, because then they dictate to you. That is in opposition of limited government, which is what the United States was founded on. It was founded on limited government, right?
The government, Salakia, brother, the government gonna back that ass up.
Yeah. And so these females and these Moors that are teaching that, this is just white supremacy ideology. You don't see you look at the white man with a family, he does not participate in the trash the so-called black man participated in, talking about, oh, the woman leads.
No other nation, brother, says that the woman is the backbone of the nation. That's a damn insult to the man. You're the backbone of the nation, the woman.
All
The
she
black woman,
controls,
that's an insult.
all she controls is things within the household and the children. She has power. So like it's like God over man, man over woman, and woman over children.
Mhm.
That's
That's a divine order right
Section
there.
8?
that's it. That's the order.
That's a divine order. That's 1 Corinthians 11:3 right there.
And so once you start taking the female out of that order and placing her as a god, everything collapses. This is the reason why Egypt collapsed. This is the reason why Rome collapsed. This is the reason why all these ancient civilizations collapsed, because they got to a point where they were so free. I could do whatever. Hey, listen, let's give the women this. As soon as they gave women something, the stuff imploded, because she's not naturally supposed to lead. Naturally, she's not. She can lead within her peers, but she's not supposed to be leading men.
But don't tell the modern day Eve that, man.
The more
you're
the
misogynist.
more the feminine, the more they're not. And this is the reason why they have so many problems. This is the reason why they can never rise, because the woman is in control. The woman comes up with an idea. Yo, Jamal, I think you should do this. Jamal thinking, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me do it. And instead of being a man and saying, look, you don't run it, I run it. I'm gonna move when I want to move. I'm gonna be decisive. I'm gonna say, listen, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do it.
Facts. I just want to say, chime in real quick. You ain't lying, because I'll take my mom influence, like, oh, you should get this lawyer, or you should say this when you go to court, or like taking what, like you said, if it was a more of a male figure around, or male guys to be like, give me counsel and words of wisdom, it would have been a different outcome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, even in other countries, once the male child gets to a certain age, he still has respect for his mother, but his mother doesn't lead him anymore. He could tell his mother, listen, that's not the right course of action, and that's what it's going to be. Just because she's your mother doesn't mean she dictates to you for the rest of your life. You are placed in a position by God over your mother once you hit the age of, I think it's puberty or something like that. But you reach the age where you tell your mother now, like, you probably won't tell your father what to do because he's been here longer than you, but your mom, she falls under you, because if something were to happen to your father, guess who's in charge? You. And so guess who falls under you? Your mother. That's the reason why you see a man walk a woman down the aisle, because the father is saying, listen, I'm giving you my daughter. And usually back in the day, when the father would give his daughter, he would accept something in return, because you're taking an asset from me, and you have
business empire coming together.
Yeah.
And on top of that, big bro, to piggyback off what you said, ain't no roofs out here no more, man.
The real men are, ain't no real, like, like there's just a handful of real men left. Handful.
No, I ain't saying man, I'm saying no roofs. A lot of chicks want to be the Jezebels, want to be the Cardi B, but ain't a lot of roofs out here.
Yeah, if you want that Section
Premier,
8,
what you got, Premier?
if you want that Section 8, you got to back that ass up.
Personally, I don't really deal with these problems. I don't have kids. I don't know how dudes haven't had it.
But you deal with women though, don't you, Premier?
Yeah,
you don't need kids to have the problems, man. All you need is a woman, man.
Nah, but listen, I avoid those problems. You know what I'm saying? Like
Bro, even a female friend, I know some men don't believe in female friends, but even a platonic friendship or family friend, they could project on you. I've been there for people. I ain't even be having sex on them. They could project on you and have an episode on you.
Listen,
so hold on, Premier. So you trying to tell me you
quick,
never had a problem with a female?
No, of course, but at this age, it's not happening. It's not flying. Like what homie just said, as far as like having platonic friendships and like that. I'm intentional with all of my relationships. So if I have a female friend around me, usually I don't want to say that I'm gaming her, but I'm using the friendship just to dig inside the female's mind. You know what I'm saying? Because when you coming at her like you just trying to get in the panties, she's gonna be more reserved with what she shared with you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, I keep it playing, man. There's a
I
game
get what
being
you're saying,
played.
but I keep it playing too. But it's different. It'd be different scenarios. Like for instance, maybe she be dealing with F boys, and you leading by example instead of giving you praise. She'll project on. You know what I'm saying? It's different scenarios, bro.
I hear you, but you the prize at the end of the day, King. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She not the prize. She not the prize.
Facts.
She
You
ain't a
100%.
virgin, man. So she definitely ain't the
100%.
prize, man.
Right. I got
Even
a
if she
deal.
was a virgin, listen. It's like this: women cannot survive without men.
Right.
But listen,
And we can
take
survive.
all
We
the
got
police
people
off the
try to
street.
reproduce, man.
Right. Take all the police off the street and let the crazy people run wild. Women will be put in their place quickly because they'll be running for some men. Like, yo, like, please protect me. Please protect me. If it was on some Buck of Eli type shit right now and there was no food, there was no water, people had to go back to doing basic shit.
But
Half
see,
of these
real quick, King, that's what I'm saying right there. The fact that dudes don't have that shit figured out yet is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like we know that already, or the majority of dudes
but
should know that already.
They
but
still out
you
of
know why?
pocket. They still out of pocket though.
You know what? You know why, Premier? But here's a fact right here. In our communities, most of the men are raised by single women. So this is why a lot of men, when they come on here on this channel, when they come on this channel, they be beefing with me. They get emotional. They start, over talking, and they're not used to real masculine dudes talking to them.
Yes,
So
sir.
they get out of place, man. They get out of place. They start acting just like the female. They start acting like a broad. That's why they can't figure it out, because his mind is like the mind that raised him, which is a woman.
But
Now,
see,
let me say this. Let me say this. Some dudes might have been raised by a single woman, but he was fortunate enough to have real men somewhere in his circle that took him under their wing and taught him the game. You see what I'm saying? Now that's the difference right there, because he still had a real man in his life.
I respect that. I respect that. Now hear me out, right? Because I was raised by a single mother. My grandmother had nothing but daughters. You know what I'm saying? So I always seen the attributes of women coming up, and not for nothing, the majority of the women in my family are respectful. They old school and they traditional, right? So now, with that being said, growing up as a man, I knew that like I wanted to be a man. So you can't always have that excuses. Oh, I was grown. I mean, I was raised by a single mother. Nigga, do you want to be a man or not? You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here trying to depend on you feel what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I mean, like you got it in you and you don't, bro. You know what
Man,
I'm saying?
females are out
Uh,
of
well,
pocket once they are
And the
Americanized.
the
Once
first
they
step
get
is
Americanized,
accountability.
they out of pocket, off the rip, out of pocket.
indoctrinate.
Clean like linen.
Bro, back to that dudes being raised by single mothers, I actually seen it. And when God gave me the discernment and the wisdom and understanding to start learning like about the mental and psychology, I stopped beefing with dudes. Dudes that wanted to, get it popping to the guns. All I had to say was, bro, you hurting. Understand, talk
Right.
to me. And that
Right.
was it.
Right.
Yeah, man. It's a strange world out here, like, but the Bible does talk about this, because it talks about things flipping around, and things have gone. It's to the point where you got these suspect individuals marching around. They get a whole month just to march around and all, and then you got these weirdos, talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna corrupt your kids. We're gonna listen, man. I mean,
Wait. Let me chime in. I'm gonna fall back. I ain't say nothing else. It's confirmation, it's synchronicity. What you saying? So, like you said, when women take over, whatever you said, society or empires crumble. Right. Let's go back to
Facts.
women and gayness, Solomon and Gomorrah. That's 2.0 right now, and it seems like it's about to be a reset.
it is going to be a reset because here's
That's
the thing.
stage.
Here's the thing. You got a female vice president. There was a female prime minister over there in the UK, and she was worse than the men. You know what I'm saying? So, it's listen, man. It's all going according to plan.
Man,
This whole thing is gonna fall apart.
It's Jeremiah 31 and 22, man. The Most High has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. That's prophecy right there being fulfilled, man. That's why a lot of these men are just simping out, man, to the fullest. And they come to
themselves out of pocket, man. These women is out of pocket once they Americanize. Once they turn teenagers and they get this Americanization, they become out of order and out of pocket, man. That's off the rip. So you have to, when you come at these women, you have to come from an intellectual level to where they see you as superior. You're dominant. You're a dominant force, like a lion, bro. You're supposed to be you're supposed to be outside, right? Making your circle of life, man. Cause that's what I do. I
wish I had a male figure
intact, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Respect, facts. I wish I had a male figure to warn me about the red flags. I ain't learned about red flags till 3 years ago, and I'm 31. So it's like, for us righteous men, we supposedly got they doing it. We suppose they say nobody perfect, but we with the Most High, everything perfect. So it's like you could attract somebody wearing a mask, and I had to learn about that. A cougar had to teach me about that. But the young girls, like, you gotta be careful about representatives. I'm like, what's a representative? It's like people masquerading wearing masks. So I could kick it with a female for 6 months, and then whoop, everything come out.
Yep.
Listen,
and that's how it usually is, man. Everybody got a
wants to
costume
build
on.
a society up. They want us to build this is a woman's society, man. We build things to make women happy here, man. This is not. Then we do things for us like we like to, but it's mostly to impress women in this society.
Hold on. We got someone in the room. Maureen, come on in the room. Maureen says women have to do what weak men are too afraid or too lazy to do. What are you doing to lead this nation? Come on in the room, Maureen. See, this is the kind of thing I would love to have.
I'm gonna back out too, since you come in.
No, you good. I could have up to 10 people in here.
That's to me. That's an easy question to answer. We lead them by.
Right, I guarantee she won't come on here.
That's an easy question.
People that talk on the sideline like that won't come on.
Real quick, because I didn't grew up. I wanted to change the world and all of that good stuff, right? But the first step to changing the world is changing yourself and being the change that you wish to see in the world. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, leading by example, surrounding yourself by good brothers like this who. And it's not just about like, oh man, it's about humanity. You know what I'm saying? And how we have a progressive society for our offspring. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Akim.
Bro, hold on. I want this woman to come on the call, man.
Maureen Lutsky.
These are the type of women that I want to talk to, man. And she won't come forth because she know intellectually, if she comes on here.
Maureen, pop out. Kahan wants you to pop out, man.
Let me post a link here in the room. Come on the call, Maureen. Say, what are we doing to lead this nation?
And I don't know about any of y'all, but just to give some background.
Look what she said. I'm sick with COVID. My voice is foggy. But you on here, you talking.
What?
You on here, you talking in the chat room. You see what I'm talking about?
She probably used COVID for everything, man.
Yeah, right. Let me ask you this,
another day.
Let me ask you this, Maureen, are you married?
You can't, hey Ken, you can't acknowledge that because that type of behavior is to be expected. That's a feminine trait. That's what they do.
Yeah. Right. But we gotta fix it. But we have to address it, man. If we leave it alone, it's gonna always remain that way. It's a toxic charm because they're passing that same thing to the younger women, and so it becomes a cycle. So we have to uproot that, man. When they come like that, we have to address it. We have to put them right on the spot. Now, she has the opportunity to come on the platform, but they never do. They just sit in the background. And be all,
Women like
98% of the people that come on this platform are men. Are men.
But why do we have to earn respect from you succubus? You succubus. Why we have to earn respect from y'all?
The reason why is because they've been.
Oh, hold on. Here she go. Oh, hold on. Here she is. Here she go. How's it going, Marine?
What's up, Quinn?
Oh no, she's a goddess.
Go ahead, Marine. Speak up, Marine.
I have no idea how I got to this page. I guess maybe God.
Oh, it was the Most High. It was the Most High.
I don't even know what your topic is, but it
But
sounded like you had
hold on.
both.
You don't know what the topic is, but you put this in the room. Women have to do what weak men are too afraid or too lazy to do. What are you all doing to lead this nation? You have to earn respect. Okay, let's start right here. How old are you, Marine?
51.
Okay, are you married, Marine?
Not at the moment. I have a fiance.
Okay,
My
but you're
ex-husband
51.
passed away.
So you're 51. You're not married. You're 51. And by the time you have any children?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, your children, I would assume, are adults, right? Now at 51.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? It's kind
No.
of breaking up.
No, I said your children are probably adults, correct?
Yes,
If
I
you're
have one
51.
adult daughter.
Yes. All right. So now you have another man that's willing to marry you at 51. Now, this man, it's probably below average at best, because a high value male is not going to marry a 51-year-old woman that cannot reproduce, because by the time you hit 35, you become a high risk as far as pregnancy is concerned. And the number one reason that men want women is pretty much for the reproduction. That's the primary reason that we need women, is to reproduce ourselves. And the women that can't have that, see, if that man that you're interested in right now, that you're calling your fiance, was a high value male, even if he's in his 50s, he would be looking for someone probably around 25 that can reproduce and has not ridden the chorus cell. You see? So you're insulting us, but you're 51.
Are you basically trying to say that all men care about is whether a woman can reproduce, and that's what gives her value to a man?
Absolutely.
Primarily. Absolutely.
You guys are very narrow-minded.
Well,
So
you're talking to the vast majority of males. Okay, so let me ask you this. Coming into, let's say,
No, I'm talking to the ones that are on this call right now.
no, that's me.
Talking about
I'm on
whatever
this call,
subject
right?
I accidentally bumped into.
I'm on this call. Let's take me for instance, right? How much do you earn annually?
I don't know why, but I'm getting a lot of static on this call. It's not really connecting very well.
Well, we can hear you loud and clearly. We can hear you loud and clearly. So I'm actually going to reiterate that. Approximately how much do you earn annually? Certain questions just can't be hard. Maureen. So much for the COVID voice, huh? Maureen, are you still there?
She knows where that question is going, and that's
yeah, she knows. She knows.
I mean, I wouldn't believe what she say anyways. If I can't see it, I don't believe it. If a woman ain't in front of my face, I don't believe it when she's not.
Me either.
Especially nowadays, because anything could be a woman. So
right.
I don't even believe what females say, man. So she could say $1 million a year, like.
So yeah, absolutely right. The fact of the matter is, Queen, that
I don't believe a damn thing.
There's a very low percentage of women that earn $50K or more annually. There's a very low percentage.
They believe a lie, so why would I even believe they even telling the truth? Like, they believe a lie, man. This woman, You lying out everything. She probably not even really no fiance, none, man.
Probably not.
Fake, man.
Yeah,
She can't
right.
be feminine because she want to challenge a man. She
Right.
can't be feminine because she's on here trying to challenge us, men.
She insulted us all.
Yeah.
She
And
said,
see,
"What are we?
this is a lesson, man.
You
Man,
can't say that, no mind.
man,
You can't say that, no mind.
man, this is a lesson, man. These are the type of women we want to stay away from.
But she ran.
Correct. I avoided it all costs.
As soon as
Right.
a woman tries to freaking I'm saying assert her authority, we want to be like, okay, assert it by your damn self and be out.
Now look now let's look at her statement here. Women have to do what weak men are afraid or too lazy to do. She don't know any of us. She said she called us all weak, but she's 51 years old and she's not married. She's gonna die alone with a cat or a dog. She probably doesn't have a fiance. Like, because what damn man would want her, man? What man would want a 51-year-old woman to
When
get
there's women out here that are like 25, 20 that want to date an older man that got money,
Right.
come on.
Right.
Come on.
So only some low value male is gonna go for a woman like that. What the hell do you want with a 51-year-old woman?
Only weirdos.
Right. Only the fiat. It had to be the fiat.
Because she's the throat goat. Yeah.
Not no man with money, man. A man that have
Definitely the
substance.
throat goat, bro.
A man that has substance also have choices. You understand that? He has choices. If he's wise, so why settle? Well, you gonna settle for something like that? You know how many times she's been on the carousel, and she's not. Are you married? No, not currently. So what do you? Come on, you don't have much time left. All of her eggs are probably depleted. You know.
You being nice, Tazadoc. All them eggs are depleted. The hell you talking about? Them eggs is gone.
I told you.
Come on here and
I got a better one for you. She has a fiance, but she jumped into a conversation full of men. Where's her fiance at right now?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that, brother. I was gonna ask her, where is he? Why is he not talking instead of you?
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't believe nothing she said.
Listen, if she does have a fiance, we already know what type of man he is.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, what's going on, Yaya?
Hey, what's going on, boss? Peace, King.
Peace.
For her to say that these men are too weak to do stuff. Now, what kind of man? How's she treating that man who she's thinking he's weak? And I mean, her whole mindset is in this place where she feels like she needs to be in a higher place. And
that's why her first marriage didn't work. That's why she's 51 and alone. Let me tell you something, man. A woman. Let me tell you something, man. Let me put people up on some game here, man. So some men just to hit the box. A man will keep telling a woman, "Yeah, we're gonna get married. We're gonna get married." Meanwhile, he going home to his wife every night. You understand what I'm talking about? So that's probably what's going on with her. He probably told her, "You're my fiance. We're going to get married," and that's going to play out until she figure out, "Hey, he's never going to marry me. I'm just a side piece. You're just a side piece, and you're an old side piece, man." See, here's the thing, man.
She could be a sugar mama.
Biological clock, man, and her biological clock has ran out. No more than 6 on that biological clock. A man could be 65, man, and still impregnate a 25-year-old. That should tell you something, man. We're very different.
How old was Sebi? How old was Sebi when he had his last seed before he passed? He was in his 80s when he had his last kid, right?
See that? We're different, man. We're just not the same.
Oh shit.
Damn. Period in times in a lifetime where he becomes infertile, like a woman does. And as that gentleman who said earlier about I think it's Thatcher, the former Prime Minister of the UK. I heard a story from Christopher Hitchens where he passed Thatcher in a hallway and she groped him, like grabbed his ass. So like when they start acting like they a man, they go all in and it gets delusional. She said she was in the 15% highest percentile of women Maureen did. She said, "Oh, 85% of women are trash," but obviously that she doesn't include herself in that.
When did she say
Ridiculous.
that? When did
In
she
chat,
say that?
in the chat.
Oh, I wasn't reading that. But she also left out when I started hitting her with questions. She pretended that she couldn't hear, and even though we could hear her.
Oh, I'm getting static.
Nah,
I can't break you out. It's breaking up.
That's how you know she a op. That's how I see it. I feel like there's a lot of ops out here. When you trying to get the word out, they come in there talking about they don't know how they got here, and then all of a sudden they got this, they got that. Oh, I can't, but yeah, you got on here and you got all this COVID. COVID had nothing to do with you being on the phone. So, at the end of the day, we just got to know your enemies and play the game of chess, be 10 steps ahead of them. At the end of the day, we knew what that was about. She was hesitant to come, and now she gone, and she bowed out. So, hey.
She chose to remain in acquiescence.
There's a book.
And her voice was extremely clear. She wasn't even sick.
Yeah.
Her voice wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't sick at all. That was an excuse not to come on.
Well, there's a book that I'm going to recommend all men read. There's a few, but one is The Art of War, and one is The Prince by Machiavelli.
Oh, yeah.
I got both of those.
Yeah, The Prince by Machiavelli, that is some alpha male. That's what men need to know. And that basically applies to everything. Like, use warfare strategy and basically just apply it to everything in your life. You will have a better life.
The Art of War, they use that in military college, man.
Yeah.
When people that go to West Point, they use that book, The Art of War.
Yeah. It's not just for the battlefield that you see over there. It's for how you engage with life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to convert it into your everyday life, because you could turn it into something where, what you call it, you could use it in a relationship, right?
And never take her on with Last Stand. If she has no way to funnel out, she's gonna take your head off, man.
Yeah.
Moore is my last name. Come on in the room. Moore is my last name. Said, what if she was a 80-year-old virgin? And she would still be useless, right? All her eggs would have actually been depleted. See, this is the point, man. And guys, see, this is the problem. Too many guys don't know what to look for in a woman. You're too caught up on how she looks.
It's the Brother Polite era.
About her box, right? You're just caught up on that. But you got to ask, what is she bringing? What is she bringing to the table? See, the only men that settle for these kind of women are men that's not really established, man. Men that's like not in the place where they want to be themselves. So they're settled. They're settled. They're blown out of their mind because of how she looked. But all of that is going to depreciate, man, with time. She's on a biological clock. And she knows that. This is why when a woman hits 30 to 35, she starts, damn, I got to get married. You got to get married, Some of them invest in the things like college, universities, working on their career. I was dealing with one like that. She went, I'm gonna get a PhD. She went and got a PhD. Well, me and her was like living together. I was going to work at 6. Then I went to school after work. She was going to work, and then she took this job on the graveyard shift, and we wasn't seeing each other at all. So she started calling me like 3 a.m. in the morning, paranoid. Oh, he got over there. Here's someone talking in the background. Look, I didn't tell you to take this job. So it came to a point where we was just passing each other. Like when I would come in, she had like 3 minutes. She had to leave, man. She had to get on the train and go uptown. She working all the way in Harlem Hospital. So because of that, the relationship just was like, yo, you going to school full time, you're working full time. It's not working out, man. It's not working out. So now, years later, it so happens that she ended up seeing me online. And so, oh yeah, I'm settled now. I have a lot of money and we could go no, I'm good, man. What you talking about? I'm good. I mean, many years later, so she put her career, and guess what now? She's lonely by herself. Her and her degree. Her and her PhD.
She's gonna lay in bed with it.
Yep. Booed up. booed up with a piece of paper, man. She got a PhD in a dream that some knight in shining armor is gonna come and sweep her off of her feet.
Piece of paper you can wipe your behind with.
Right. Yep. And she used to come on this call a lot, man, trying to think that I'm gonna. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta shut that shit down at the door.
Yeah.
Harlem hospitals giving beds out.
I just thought about something. When you join this call,
And they
don't you?
backs that ass up too.
When you join this call, don't you gotta click and then click continue?
Yep. She
So how you don't know how you
man.
get
She
on?
know how she got to the core. Don't fall for that, man.
She Tavistock. There's an institution called Tavistock where they get these crisis actors and these people who are born up in these family indoctrinated programmings, MK Ultra and everything, and they come in there and they opt and they do everything within the programming that you see on TV, and that's what she is.
All the musicians are Tavistock.
Exactly.
For a long
Thank
time.
you. Oh yeah.
Beatles were like a famous case.
But Premier, you be dropping that science, don't you?
I be trying, man. It's your platform, though. I'm not trying to take over your platform, Ken.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. DJ Premier, man.
Sharon is Karen.
Hey, listen, that's who I was named after. I was named after DJ Premier. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Yeah. But
the guru, man.
On a like, I feel like a lot of dudes is under a spell. I guess I used to be under it too, you know. And I forget who says it, but women age like milk. We age like wine. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that's the nature.
Patrice O'Neal said that. He said kitty box get bad like bread, not like wine.
No. That's not what I said. I said women age like milk, men age like wine. You know what I'm saying? We get better with time.
Right.
But women, as they start to get older, they gain weight. Their ass start to sag. Their tits start to sag. They don't look the same. They in their prime. They in their prime between 20 and 30. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no young dude want a old chick unless he got some mommy issues or he just trying to blow her back out straight like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but a man who's 40, 50, 60. As long as you stay in shape, you got your shit together, you always gonna be able to get a chick who between her 20s and 30s, because most of these girls have daddy issues, right? So 99% of them are always looking for daddy subconsciously, whether they know that shit or not.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
you gotta play the game. That's it. And right now, so I'm 27, right? And my whole motto is 20s is grind time, 30s is prime time. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I said, we age like wine. So that's it.
I feel you, boss, man. I'm 38 and I'm still pushing it. I don't be playing.
Right, you can't. You'll be fucked up out here.
Time is of the essence, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
What needs to happen is we men need to just fall back. You know, since they say that they equal to us, right? They can lift. Yo, it's to the point now where they telling people like in the military that they have to let women in special forces now.
That's crazy, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is me. Let them go.
For sure. I agree.
It's part of any military operation.
Let them catch a
you're
bullet
gonna
in their
maim
ass.
some and you're gonna kill some.
Right in that
they're gonna get
shot.
maimed and they're gonna be used.
Let them get
as
captured.
an example.
Let them get captured. Trust me, you don't want to be captured as a female. You don't want to be captured as a female over there, like in China, Russia, freaking Saudi Arabia. Yeah, let them go. Let them. As soon as they get captured and the rest of the females see what the fuck. Oh hell no, we not about to follow. Let them go be examples and show these women why not to do that.
They're gonna be over there talking about I only signed up to pay my tuition. Fuck you mean? I didn't think I was really gonna be catching no bullets. Fuck out of here. Yeah, bitch, this is war. What you talking about? We equal. Come on, man. Let them play themselves. Just like you said, let them.
Just let the enemy find out they got a whole female battalion over there trying to do some special operations. Oh, they're gonna do some special operations, all right, and it's messed up, but that's the life that you chose, right? They're gonna capture you. They're gonna do everything in their power to capture you, and it's not gonna be like the men where they chop the man's head off.
Yep.
But you know what's gonna happen though, right? If that was the case, it would still fall back on men because they're gonna say, "Oh, what a real man
Let it
wouldn't let
happen.
them go out? Yeah, a real man wouldn't let that happen. Or how'd you even let them form a female unit? Blah blah blah. That's and we just gotta eat it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's the game being played.
I mean, we are in a society where men have built up the society to a point where women are talking about they don't need us.
Yep.
Yo, listen, yo.
They taking advantage of the fruits of the labor.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Is these punk simp men that think about this though, man. The only way that women got this false perception of power is from men. It's from men that's under these women. You know, he got some woman at home that's pushing his buttons that's saying, well, you better pass this law or pass that, or I'm not sleeping with you tonight. So he going to pass a law, man. This is how dudes get railroaded. Because remember, initially these men was in power. And so for every woman that's like allowed to come into a position of power, it's a man that put her there, man. And this is what they're not getting, man. And so now these men, once they let these women in, usually because I've seen men that's like he is CEO to a damn company, but when he gets around an attractive woman, he get nervous as hell. You know, he trying to talk. It's crazy,
Steve
man.
Urkel.
They all come with headaches. That's what you gotta understand from the get, and there's a reason why she's single. So no matter how good she look, there ain't no reason to get nervous around her.
Right.
I've always said
she got a real dirty past that she not willing to share. She ain't willing to tell you what her body count is. So what you got to be nervous about?
This is touching on child support. I've always said that if so like they contend that child support because we don't want the state taking care of the children, which is like BS. But I'm like, okay, listen, if you want to stop people from having unprotected sex and just having children out of wedlock, here's what you do. Do away with child support. And when women start freaking realizing, oh shit, the government is not going to back me up, I guarantee you freaking other women see them and be like, nah, man, we don't want to be out here with kids and, can't eat. The only reason why it's lucrative for them is because their child support money, they can spend it and do whatever the hell they want with it.
Yep.
That's the only reason. That's the only incentive. And these women are so crazy is that they don't realize that half of black men, or like a portion of black men, are on child support. Which child support, it goes in your credit report. You asking why the black community isn't where it's supposed to be, because the freaking court system is using you. Every other culture.
Listen, the whole military-industrial complex is against you.
Yeah, every other culture, you see that the men create the businesses, and then the women work in those businesses. So, like, if they start talking crazy, the men, what do the men do? The men be like, oh, you want to talk crazy? Okay, we're gonna cut your hours. So they have more respect for their men because their men are in a position of control. Look at black men. Black men don't control the black woman. That's why the black woman could freaking Oprah could come out here and just dog fucking men. Then she got her.
I got a question on I guess on a personal level, because like I'm just coming into this stuff. Well, I can't say I'm coming into it just now, but like really getting the time and taking my time out to get it organized, because I've always been spiritually tapped in and trying to find my way. And now that I found it, it's more stuff to it, and you gotta know the game to play the game. But I had a situation that I think hurts my heart, and so I got a situation where I haven't had my son in my home for like about 5 years now. He about 15 years old, maybe 6 years now. And I raised him since he was born. You know, I was 9 years, well, shoot, maybe 11 years ago, I was with another female. I was in a low point, being young, 23 years old at the time, and I hooked up with somebody and got into a relationship I shouldn't have got into. I had a child, and she stayed with me after that, and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, she was doing domestic violence and all that, pulling out knives and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But me as a father, I wanted to be close to my son. And you know how the system is. If you're not in the home, it's basically she got to say so over where the son going to be. So I wanted to be a part of my only son's life. So I bit the bullet a lot. You know, long story short, I got out of that situation. It was a hard way because I had to fight with a dude that I brought into my home who was homeless, and he ended up being a person who was laying with my female or whatever, and adulteress and all that stuff. So it was all good, but it hurt. And when I moved on from that, everything got better. I had my son. I was doing what I was supposed to do. But you know, most children don't have their son or their and the mother ain't involved. And she stopped being involved for like 4 years, and every time the system would let her come back into his life a little bit, he started having behavioral problems, and these things led to him being put in the system off and on. And when that happened, they took him the final time, and I haven't had him in 6 years. I don't know how to fight this battle. I done took my lawyer off the case. I study up and everything, but you know, I sell cars online, you know what I mean? I got time, but I don't know exactly what to do. And I don't want to make the wrong move going in the court system, trying to pull my son out the system. He's 15, he deserves to have a life just like I had. So, you know, that's how I feel.
He's 15, he could decide where he wants to live.
But they think he medically unfit because of the way they've talked about his behavior and put him on all these meds. So I doubt they will even let him do that.
Oh yeah, they on some.
Yeah.
So who have them on meds?
Psychiatrists and stuff. I'm down here in Charlotte. You know, I'm from New York, but you know, I've been down here for 6-7 years, and well, probably longer than that because time flying. But either way,
yeah, but they couldn't do it without a parental consent. So the mom, son.
They went and forcefully put him in a behavioral center because he was having little spurts here and there. And when they took him in the behavioral center, the psychiatrist seen him, no parents was there, nothing. And they went and made their own reports and stuff and diligently said he needed meds and everything. And
yeah, but they still can't do that without a parental consent because he's a minor.
Man, I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they did.
At some point, someone had to sign. If you're not the legal age of majority, if you're the legal age of majority, like if you go to a hospital or something and you say you got a problem, they will send you to triage and have a psych doctor to talk to you. I know this because they used to work at one at Mount Sinai.
Right.
Yeah,
but they wouldn't let nobody see the child. Like I was the only one who showed up, and me and my mother, and they wouldn't let me see him. They had him under lockdown and everything, and already on the drugs. And I was like, "Yo, I don't even consent to none of this stuff." And I said, "How did y'all even get to that point?"
Someone had to sign somewhere, man, because he's a minor. See, if it was you an adult, you go and check yourself in. See, once you check into a hospital. When you sign, you're waiving your rights to check out on your own. A doctor has to sign you out. But if you're a minor, since you're not competent to make your own decision, he wasn't the legal age of majority. So they were supposed to contact his parents and say, well, we got this situation going on right here.
Well, that didn't really kill him the most. The biggest thing is like we got him back and stuff like that, and then they keep pulling him back and like he'll have one disturbance and then they'd be like, oh well, y'all blew it. And then like for the last few years, I've been going and going and going. I got my stuff together. Finally got out the hotels because it's been a cycle trying to pay hotel fees for years. You know, with all the stuff going on. And then I get to where I'm going and I bust my behind. They ain't gave me no help. And then the mother pop back up all of a sudden and she trying to get custody and stuff. And she ain't been there for 5-6 years. She the whole reason why he got behavioral problems and how he be acting. Like she's very ratchet.
Yeah.
Out of pocket.
Yeah, out of pocket, exactly.
I would think that you could use all of that, like in your case, the way that he's been while she's had custody. You know what I mean? Now
Right.
let him try with you now. You know what I'm saying? I don't have kids. I've never really had to deal with the court system, but I'm just giving my 2 cents, King. That's all.
Word, nah, yeah, it's tough, man. I all of the
Yeah, at some point, brother, someone had to sign for him to get those meds. It's illegal to give a minor meds like that without parental consent. That a lawsuit could come behind that.
So
here's what makes me angry about this. Listen, this is what makes me angry about this. The fact that this can actually happen.
Right.
We as men should be like, listen, we freaking hearing this brother's story and we like, yo, no more. No, like
you know what, boss? I'm so happy you said that, man, because my pain is real fucking deep. Excuse my language, you know, I don't show my face. I watch y'all and I watch a lot of things and it's the reason why I'm here. But yo, like the pain, like I got pain for people that I see that nobody even know what the pain is, and people just sit there and just naive to everything. We don't care about nothing. We say what we care about, but we don't put no action to it. And that pisses me off. And that's why I got on here today, because I'm like, I'm just tired. And you know what I mean? I miss my son so badly, bro.
That's what Matthew's going through right now, man. The brother, that's what I saw the poor with, man. His wife took his sons and went all the way to damn Oregon, and then put a restraining order against him, falsified a restraining order.
As men, we cannot allow this anymore, man. Like this
Right,
is just absurd at this point. For like females to be running the system, this is just a slap in the face to us. All these simps got to get out of power. All these simps got to go, because we cannot, as men, we cannot continue. And this is why I say what I say. We need to remove the protection that we have allowed to be in place. And just like God has removed the hedge of protection from us, we have to do the same thing when it comes to these females. And it's this is the freaking military tactic. It's like, listen, because this enemy is gonna go the extreme, you have to go the extreme too. You have to rise with your enemy. I'm not saying like put your hands on women. What I'm saying as men is we need to fall back.
I've been trying to tell dudes that, man. And you know what they say? Oh, he's too radical. So on and so forth. You know what? I had a female just tell me yesterday, man, on my webinar. Like, yeah, well, I be seeing you on those chords, and I got mad. Said I don't want to listen to that shit today. But she was like, deep down inside, I knew you was right. She said, I knew you was right. So that's why I always come back around, because I know you're right. We do need more masculine men like you. You see what I'm saying? So inside, they know it. They know it.
And they're gonna come back to you because they know that you're the only one that they're gonna get that game from. No, and anybody else, right. Most dudes is just trying to get is yes men, and they're gonna do whatever to get into the panties. They're not gonna tell her no. They're not gonna judge her, so she's never gonna respect those men. You know what I'm saying? Right. But as long as you give her that game, she could be mad all she want, but she know that you the source.
These women don't respect the Most High, man. So how they gonna respect you?
Right.
This problem that we're all looking at, this really still traces back to the Willie Lynch letters and the psychological damage and the control that they put on our people. And what you're seeing is like it's just a continuation, only using legality behind it. It's that's what it is.
It's a
These
strong
women
arm.
don't have no boundaries. I didn't see the nastiest things in New York City, man. I seen the nastiest things growing up these women do, man. You know what I'm saying? They nasty, man. Disgusting, man.
Disgusting.
Loud,
The majority of
obnoxious.
them. Yeah.
Always got their hand out. Like, yo, they don't understand what you do to, like, things you got to go through to get that, put that
They
green
think
paper
it's
in your
simple.
pocket, man. They think the money's yours, is theirs, like, cause you with them, like, oh, like,
they think
my damn money on you, like, they don't know what we gotta go through to get that bread. Like, these people out here hustling, people out here selling anything they can get. You know what I'm saying? It's bumping
That's
the
why.
street trying
That's
to make
why
a
one.
dollar, bro. Like,
That's why one of
they
these
put their
females
hands
said,
out, man.
right.
Hey, yo, clean once. I was so broke one time, man. I try and sell air. I trying to get a bottle and hurry up and catch some air in it. See if I can sell that.
Facts.
Straight like that.
You don't know how much it took to get that air, putting that bottle, man.
They got air for
They
sale
don't
right
know.
now.
Right, you
People
could.
buying air in China right now.
Yeah,
Just to make them feel at home.
You seen the 2 Chainz interview? They got air for sale for $10,000 a can.
Crazy,
Straight like that. Yeah.
That's why these women don't get no Benihana's. They don't get no rich. What's up with filet mate? None of that, man. You paying for it?
McDonald's.
Is you paying for it? Cause
Nah, if we equal, listen.
My
if we
accounts
equal,
don't
she
work
going
like that. It don't.
If we equal, she going half. That's it.
Yeah.
She should be taking. I'm the prize.
If we
paying
equal,
for my
I'm buying
food.
mine. She buying hers. And we
Shit.
just flip the tab.
Man, any woman will start. I'm about to make a whole challenge. Women pay for food for the whole month, man.
Nah,
I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something. I want to see how long it's gonna last. Probably never gonna start. Women don't want to pay for nothing, man. But they want to go buy their bags and they Fendi and they Chanel. They thought slippers. You know they thought they furry little thought slippers.
that's because they're watching all these trannies on the TV.
They like them thought slippers, man. I know when I see a female with them furry slippers, man. I know you know trying to get into her, man. I already know. All I gotta do is say a little bit, right back to the crib, man. Because I'm telling you, these females is dirty, man. They don't care. They don't have no morals, man.
Listen,
no morals, man.
It's learned behavior.
Bro, listen, you really want to know how a chick get down? Go through her laundry, bro. You know what I'm saying? Them females is not as clean as you think, bro. It's not. My laundry is
man, they
cleaner
bathroom,
than 80%. My laundry's cleaner than 80% of these women, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you'll find some shit and you'll be confused. You'll be thrown off. Like, yo, what's going on here? You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah.
Man, these females don't know how to wash their cootie, man.
Straight
they don't know how to even clean. They taking showers. Women supposed to take baths, man. I keep on telling all my men, like, yo, like, if woman not taking a bath, bro, you know what I mean? Go check her out, man. Go get a checkup, bro.
Listen, I want to.
You don't know what she doing when she not around you, player. She taking showers and all that. Women supposed to soak that thing, man. Supposed to soak that thing with some vinegar, man.
And
oils.
This is what I'm saying.
Essential.
You sticking your phallus in that. You might want to see what her panties look like.
That's because these are masculine females. These are not. Listen, these are females by looks. Everything about them, the way that they move, the way that they talk, the way that they act, the way that last female came up here and was trying to assert her authority. That's some man shit. That's what men do. Men try to assert their authority.
That's the role models. That's all you see on the TV. Like 99% of these females, and I could name any star out there that's a female, is a tranny. That's why they think they females, just like every man think they females. That's the problem.
Listen,
they males.
That's the head trip. The men trying to act like women, and the women trying to act like men.
Like men, exactly.
What?
That's what.
What type of
That,
Twilight Zone are we living
you
in?
know what? That's all good because that's how we separate who's from who, and so that they don't never get that shit confused. Don't ever confuse. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that so that they can compare. I'm not that type of man. I'm this type of man.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. So you can know who your enemy is.
Right.
It's only in America, man, because they're not getting their head chopped off like they get overseas. They get their head chopped off over there. They get out of line, your head come off. You want to talk too much, your head come off.
Those is alpha males.
Yeah,
Your
head go out the window. Throw your head out the window.
To say it. Those are alpha males over there because
Throw
they're
your
like,
head
what?
out the window. You ain't care for it.
Come on.
Throw your pretty little head out the window. That's what they do over there. That's why you love it here. That's why you love it here, man.
And then they come out. Then they come out with that term alpha female, and these simp dudes eat that up. They soak that up. Who in the hell wants a woman like
What's an
that?
alpha female? Come on, bro.
Ain't no such thing, man.
Ain't no such thing as an alpha
Ain't
female.
no such thing.
There's a beta female.
But they bought into it. There was a dude on my channel.
All
Oh
females
no,
is babies,
you see,
bro.
this is an alpha female.
That's an oxymoron.
Right.
We already got those. They just don't know that.
These females are out of pocket. That's what it boils down to. They out of pocket.
They out of order, out of pocket, out of line. They all above.
I want to drop a quick gem that worked for me, right? So, or like a little revelation that I had, because when we get down to the fundamentals of it, what makes a man, what makes a woman, right? Men, we have more testosterone and estrogen, and women, they have more estrogen and testosterone, but we both got it, right? So now, what does testosterone do? Testosterone is a hormone that makes you want to dominate or exercise dominion. So when you realize that, right, you gotta when you chasing all of this tail, now you letting the pussy dominate you. You know what I'm saying? But you have, I feel like what a man has to do is dominate his own mind and that temptation. Cause that's all it is at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And once you're able to recognize a valuable woman from a woman who isn't valuable, it just makes life easier. And you deal with who deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Stop making it hard on yourself. Stop dealing with chicks that don't want to deal with you. And most of them don't got shit to offer anyway. Why you deal with that?
Correct.
You feel me?
They don't know how to hold a relationship. They don't know how to treat a man. They don't even know how to cook, some of these women. Come on, man. Like, we come back from working, slaving, doing all the stuff in the world that, they don't even want to think about doing, and they can't even do basic stuff like cook and clean. Come on, man. They can't do basic stuff. If they can't do, listen, men, freaking men know how to cook. Men know how to clean.
Listen, I'm a chef,
and like we come up from work and we still have, we still clean. We fucking busting our ass, doing all kind of crazy shit, and we still clean. And you mean to tell me, like, if we gonna freaking provide the home, we're gonna provide you with the money. The least you can't do is take care of the children and clean.
Right.
You know what should be obvious from this core I had for women? Now you got a bunch of men on this core that really don't personally know each other, but pretty much all have the same perspective about the modern day woman. I mean, you got one dude, he all the way in Canada. He got the same perspective. And, he's a Euro Gentile. He's not even a J. He's a Euro Gentile, but he got the same perspective that we have. So that's telling you, man, this is across the board, man. It's something. And that woman that came on here, I think she was a Euro Gentile. Man. And the audacity to come on here with those insulting comments. So I think it was more so directed towards our particular nationality. You see what I'm saying? Because I always look internally into things. Believe me, man, I think that's what it was directed towards. That's what I think she meant. But she didn't want to come out and say that. But she probably was attracted to all of the melanin over here. Like, oh my gosh, I'm getting wet. Let me just go in the room. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, be giving it up, man. 100, man.
Bro, that's how you know her fiance about it. You know he don't even exist. Cause what she doing?
Yeah, think about it, man. She probably has some fantasy, man.
Full of dicks, bro. Come on, what that tell you?
She probably had some fantasy like, damn, I could probably take all of them on. They have fantasies like that.
Listen, her fiance
Nah, she
either
was
not
like,
around, his shit don't get hard no more. Like that's what. Come on, bro. We can come up with a million different reasons why she hit, but like, come on, man.
If there's the fiance may not even exist, because there was a long pause before that, so he probably doesn't even exist.
Not only that,
check this
she didn't
out.
elaborate on him at all. I mean, it was just like, okay, just get over this and let's move to my point of how you people were just a weak. I mean, I don't know what. It's like she got there and then she froze up cold. So we really don't even know where she was coming
Yeah,
from.
she pretended she couldn't hear me because the questions that was coming, the questions was going to expose her.
Yo, check this out. But that's why they hated Trump. Trump was a person who's, like there was some of the stuff like, yeah, he probably shouldn't have said it because, there's a lot of soft people out here that can't take the chance. But he was out there raw with it. He was out there saying, listen, this is what it is. I don't care.
Funny. That's funny you said that because a lot of this got to do with that too. Because Trump is still a freaking president, and they know they doing a co-op on the presidential thing right now that they done ran in other countries, knowing how they rig shit. Excuse my language, but I'm just saying a lot of that has to do with why she even popped up like that to cause chaos and stuff.
They took an alpha male down last year. That's what all these other people don't realize. Granted that he's a freaking European or whatever.
He had his own mindset.
He was exactly. No woman could tell Trump, listen, dude. He was like, no, I'm thinking for myself. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Even if it sounds crazy on Twitter, he's still acting like a man.
No doubt.
Acting like a man.
I want to ask y'all a question.
They couldn't take it. They were sick to their stomach. Every time a woman turned on the TV, oh my God, he shouldn't have said this. He should be more caring. He's a man. He's not these simp dudes walking around here like Obama. Oh yes, you want this? Oh, here it is. Nah, he was a man telling him, nah, you can't have it. Now say something about it.
I just want to ask a question. Anybody saying Biden with the Air Force One yet? Anybody?
Negative.
Exactly. Do you know where Air Force One is at? Probably to this day. And it's videos of that shit, but I'll share it a little later. But like, it's literally following around Trump. There's no way in the world that the presidential plane will be following anybody other than that president.
At the end of the day, they did a coup, and people like us know it. But like the mainstream media that's simped out, that believes everything, can't think for themselves. They need someone to think for them. They doing
it for them,
and that's the only reason why they're able to survive. Because once those people figure this shit out, this whole system is going down.
Well, here's the thing. What we learned from this channel is that if you need a public official and you need a representative, you're not in control of your adult status. You're a minor. So all these people voting, all you people, you're all caught in the system. Stop getting on welfare. Stop doing deals with the government. You're getting released.
Autographs.
The same people talking about the government is messing them up is the same people that's out here getting all the benefits.
Right.
Yeah.
I had people that come to me, man, real talk. I had people that come to me and said, Tazadoctrine, can I still get my SSI and be a secure party creditor, man? I need them benefits, man. He said the only reason I won't do it, man, I don't want to lose my benefits. You don't want to be free then, man.
You're talking about me. That's me, right?
Nah, man, you're not on SSI, man. They say, yo, man, can I still get SSI and be a secure party? Oh, man, I just said, man, this is not for you, man. It's not for you, man. You're a chick. And sometimes they only getting $5 a month. How you living off of that, man? It's the fair going out there and doing your own thing. How you living on $500 a month, man? That doesn't even pay your rent. Now they get fortunate enough because they put them in some place where the rent is only $2 something.
I
So
don't
they
know.
just,
Listen, I don't know how people do welfare,
Rent
man.
control.
I couldn't even do it, man. Listen, man. I gotta hustle, man. I gotta go out there and get more than what they get, like $300, $400.
Mind control.
Come on, man. I can't.
7 pounds. Come on the call, 7 pounds.
Hey,
7
now,
pounds. What do you mean you're not?
Tazadoctrine, let me ask you a question real quick.
Okay.
Do you feel like this is the natural order of things? Like this is how it's supposed to be, as far as how we got what do they call it? The 5%ers. You got the 5%, 10%, 85%. Like, do you think that's just natural law, universal law? Like the ones that are asleep, that are sheep. Is there even the potential for them to wake up, or is this just how the shit's supposed to be?
No, they won't wake up, man.
It's too late now.
They gonna wake up after they be written in the oath.
I don't got
They're gonna
too
wake
much
up
hope.
on the second death, man.
I don't got too much hope. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they're
missed
gonna
out.
wake up on the second death.
Yep.
Remember the 10%, man, they control 85% of the population, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Very, very accurate. It's probably higher than that now, man, when you really think about it.
No doubt.
Because the average person you talk to, man, if you say anything anti oppression, then you're looked at as some sort of person instigating some sort of riot or something.
I don't know how true this is, but you know the what was that TV show, The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
With the zombies.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say, I was watching a video and they said that was supposed to be symbolic to times right now, and that the zombies are the sheep, and they're gonna try to attack anybody who's trying to speak truth. You know what I'm saying?
They
Well,
did
that's-
military exercises.
They live was a good one.
They projected it so that you can manifest it. Whoever manifests their destiny is to be that, because there's parallel worlds. You're gonna come into the world in that accession and that shift. So if you're looking for survival tactics and you want to be all mummified, or that's your life, you're gonna live that life. It's gonna come to you because our time is coming.
Hey, Matthew, you still in the core? You probably went to sleep, man. That's what the core initially started about, man. I was playing the police encounter that he had today with those two deputies, man. See, he going through it just like you, Yaya.
Yes,
his
sir.
wife took both of his sons, went from Virginia all the way to Oregon. When he filed an order to have them returned, she fabricated a story and said that he's dangerous. He's been violent with me over the last 180 days. He has a handgun. I'm afraid. I'm terrified. She got to be. They know how to play it, man. She got to restrain and protect the order against him. Now they came over and told him today, you got to get rid of your weapons. You can't be around no weapons. None of that. No validity to none of that. That's how the system works, man. That's how the system works for the woman and against the man.
And you know what? This is what I say to that. I say that men should fall back, because if he's gonna take his right to protect himself, and not only himself but his child, then if something happens, as far as like she needs some help in defending herself, like we should just fall back.
Yep.
We should just fall back, because you're gonna take away my right to defend myself, but then if something happens to you, you would want me to protect you.
That doesn't make any sense.
He was simping hard though. Like he was trying to. I guess he was going through that emotional roller coaster, because after she left, he was talking about trying to go and get a house, and his aunt was like, "Yeah, you don't have no place for it." I said, "Listen, man, don't go and get in debt for that woman, man. Trust me." If that woman left like that, because when she left, you know when she left, he went on her phone and he saw she was sending this other dude pictures of her vagina in Michigan. I was like, yo, man, you got to dead that. I don't care how bad it hurt. I don't care you got children by her. You got to dead that, man. And so now she played with that dude, man. She's probably with him. She probably booed up with him, man. Because women typically don't leave until they have someone else already. That's how they move. That's crazy, man. He was about, think about that. He's about to go in depth. He was on the phone, man, with a realtor. I was like, yo, my man, don't do it, man. That's a whole move right there. Don't do it. And boom, now look what happened. Just a week later, sheriff's coming up to his door, hitting him with a restraining order, protective order. How you gonna damage her? She all the way on the West Coast. What part of the game is that? These dudes keep simping, man.
Yeah.
What's going on, 7 pounds?
Much love and respect. What's going on, family?
Not too much,
Peace,
man.
peace,
We
peace.
talking about some little
Peace.
stuff I had, man. Talking about how men be getting railroaded by most of these women out here, man. Most of these women really believe that they're entitled. Now, if they listen, all they gotta, I mean, it's obvious, right? Almost every dude came on this call has the same perspective. Either he's been through it, he's going through it right now, or he knows someone that's been through it. Same damn perspective. Same experiences. Something wrong, man. Something's not right, man.
I think though, like if you take a step back, like you
Now, he
said,
look like that actor, man. Right? 7 pounds look like that actor dude, man. Right? You know what I'm talking about, man? What's that dude that played the superhero? He looked like that dude, man. Remember the black dude that be playing the superhero, man? Damn, what roles did he play, man? You know what I'm talking about, 7 pounds. I'm pretty sure it's not the first time you heard it, man.
My screen ain't big enough to see.
I forgot his name, man. You know the dude. He been acting for a minute now, man. He played some pretty good roles, man. He played a superhero, man. Not the one that died, the other dude. Damn, what is this dude's
Talking about
name?
Falcon? You ain't talking about Falcon.
Who?
You ain't talking about Falcon.
I think he is. From the looks of things, he is.
Yeah, probably. What's his name?
Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that, so I didn't even know.
I'm going to show you in a second, man. I know this is not the first time he heard that, man. I thought it was him, man. My man in my head, man. I thought it was him. I thought 7 pounds was him. Damn, we got Falcon on the call right here.
No, you could.
Looks like an uncle of mine.
Nah, he looked like him, man. Well, watch this, man. You see what I'm talking about? The man right here. Him. Remember this actor right here?
forget his name.
What's his name, man?
Damn. I forget.
Yeah, I forgot his name, man. He played some pretty good roles, man. But anyway, 7 pounds. What's going on, man?
Peace and blessings, Joe.
Peace.
I've been listening, man. Everything's been familiar on my end too. Coming across the same type of women, same aggressive, argumentative.
Sorry for that.
Whatever.
Have you went through any of it yourself?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going through it right now.
See that?
Yeah.
See that? Matthew's going through it right now too. It's crazy, man. You barely know a guy that's not going through that, man.
That's sad.
We all done been through it, man.
It's just a spirit that's going around right now.
As long as they keep on pushing shit like Cardi B inside the
Yep.
media and they censor the truth, as long as because you can get censored just for saying some real shit and it ain't no lies told, but they'll still cancel you for that. As long as they continue to cancel people telling the truth while supporting shit like Cardi B and all of that other nonsense, this shit gonna continue to happen.
Yep.
It ain't gonna change. Nah,
Yo, that's gotta be him, man. That's gotta be him, man. That's him, man.
I think if the men weren't simp gimping
That's
up,
him, man.
what you doing?
That's his brother. He holding out.
He said that's him.
It's gotta be him, man.
I
He
can't.
look like him, man. He resemble him, man, strongly.
Okay.
Sam Williams. Anthony Mackie.
That's not Anthony.
Anthony Mackie. That's his name.
That's Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is
Okay.
Anthony Mackie. That is. You're right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, my man looked just like him right there, man. This dude on this call, man. He about to make us go viral, man. Hey, yo, that's Anthony Mackie right here.
We need to put that on the headline.
Yeah, man. So as you see, man, everybody's going to it, man. But Nelly Fox said he went in it way back at 94, man.
Damn.
You see, his mom lied about his dad to get custody. You only know a dude, man, that hasn't been through it or don't know someone that's been through it, man. Like, you know, like Email was saying about this woman that came on here with all that masculine energy. And she, before she even came on here, she insulted every single one of us. It
Right,
has
because she
nothing.
was
You're
speaking without
51
knowledge.
You're a 51-year-old woman. Yeah, you
Acting
talking
like
about what it? Come on, man. What do you have to offer? Your
And
life
it's,
is done.
and it's midnight. You calling in at midnight.
Right.
Check this out. She's acting like a 14-year-old boy. You know, like, you know, young kids gotta, you know, like come up and like disrespect the elders, right? Because they're trying to show something. You know, they're trying to show that, oh, you know, like I'm young and I know more than you. So these women, they act like little boys. That's why it's easy to spot them. It's easy to spot them because they acting like little boys.
She was prepared to just rip people up for no reason. She ain't care what the topic was. She just felt like it was a time for her to jump in and do some chaos.
Right.
Because real men do what we doing right now, building. Boys come on, oh man, I don't want to talk. Oh, you talking crazy. I don't want to deal with the facts. Like that's how they act. You know, like that guy that came up talking about Jamal and was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I tried some of his paperwork and it worked out. I tried like you listen, like we know that you lying and you know that you're lying. So why are you up here telling us that this stuff really worked when we know it's not working? So these women come on here, they're like, oh yeah, this is the case. We know that you're not with no dude at 50. Like, who you trying to lie to? I mean, why lie though?
They playing house.
Oh, I got COVID. I can't talk. And then you just pop up and talk for a little bit, and then I can't hear you. Like
She sound like catfish.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Come on. Take that shit down the road to Sims. Take it to the Sims because the Sims will believe that shit. They go, oh, okay, yeah, you know, we couldn't get on the call because whatever, man. Whatever, man.
So I really want to express a point, right? Because I don't feel like this is going on for no reason. Like I definitely feel like there's an agenda at hand. Yeah, I mean, and I think the agenda at the end of the day is population control, because we know that men are the ones that build communities, that keep society in order, right? So as long as you're able to get rid of not even just the men, but the masculine mind. When they come knocking on doors, the majority of men are not gonna fight back. You know what I'm saying? And that's what all of this feminization bullshit is about. You know what I'm saying? It's just a dead masculinity, so that nobody fights back. So that whenever they want to impose a law or do whatever they want, nobody's gonna fight back.
You hitting the nail on the head, man.
Right. Because I see it already that they trying to come up on people right now, trying to put them jabs in people, and I know daggone well that is causing disease, and I be damned if I'm gonna let my people just go out there. I know family who don't went and got this stuff, and I know it's nanotechnology, and I know it's killing people, and I'm like, sterilization too.
Johnson got this this disease, this autoimmune disease that's affecting people.
Margellans. Yep.
And
it's putting A's in them.
It's an international issue. It's not just going on in the States. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like that's the whole new world order to get all
Right. I just saw the video. They said it out openly just a couple days ago in Australia. This is the new world order, like blatantly.
Everybody on the same time. They want everybody docile. They got, what is it? Eugenics or something like that, where they try to target the violent genes in men or the genes that actually make you masculine. You got people, you got scientists trying to go in there and dabble with the genes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
there's a good example of what you're talking about, where Bill Gates is doing a military. There's a 2006 presentation by Bill Gates where he goes to the military and he does a presentation where he expresses that the God gene can be taken care of by vaccination. So this is well known that if you can emasculate a population, it doesn't matter how you do it, and there's a lot of ways you can go about it. It doesn't have to be infusion. So it's all to do with like mainstream media has
a lot to do with it.
It has what's the term for that when it's like they turn men into eunuchs because they don't have any natural testosterone anymore. They look for it in sports, television, all these things outside of yourself. Instead of building up yourself, you're gonna watch someone else. So I mean,
and waste your energy on that. Yep.
Right. Now it's saying once you take one of them, you take one of them vaccines, you're no longer considered human anymore. You're transhuman.
Transhuman, right?
You're not entitled to human rights anymore.
Right.
So think about that.
Right, and that's big.
They actually are affecting the people because they really aren't human anymore.
Right, because it has the nanotechs in it.
Mao was on. Is that how I pronounce it, King?
Yeah.
You was on the call last night and you were talking about warfare, right? And warfare exists on as many levels as you let it exist, really. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta understand too that I feel like both sexes is at war right now, because when you get into what's inside the water, what's inside the food, that shit is messing up everybody. And then you got the media socially programming people. So there's a lot of people who really not right up here when you think about it. The way that we live in is real backwards right now.
Right. The
good and the bad and the
xenoestrogens in the food. You're eating plastic food. Xenoestrogens in the plastic surrounding your food. You're gonna get effeminized from
that's
these
why
products.
They call it products. That's why they call them products, like cheese products, instead of really calling it cheese.
It's like cheese. It resembles cheese. It's not cheese. That's
exactly. Right. It's plastic.
Right. Listen, they say that the average American probably consumes about a credit card worth of plastic a year or something. It might even be a month.
Probably more.
I gotta find the article. But when you think about the amount of like even fish, the amount of trace plastics that get into the ocean, whether it be from pollution, the detergent, those pods, that shit goes somewhere. It don't just disintegrate inside your washer and dryer.
And you don't even got to eat it to be taking it in. I mean, think about all the synthetic.
Right.
Sorry, brother. All the synthetic clothes we wear, and we have the energy that actually literally pulls in those plastics. So half the time, our bodies are working at trying to clean these plastics out of our body. I know that for a fact.
Draining ourselves.
Look at Texas. Look at Dillo dirt. They take all the sewage and they sell it back to you as fertilizer. So then you have all of these byproducts in your soil. So then it's coming back into the food supply.
Medications as well. We all taking the meds through the food. Yep.
Big Pharma runs all the news in America. So by and large, it is in their best interest to keep you uncomfortable and at a schizophrenic rate of fear. You got to be a hypochondriac, a germaphobe, and at least a couple other things for them to even want to be able to tell you that you got to be scared of rebranded cold flu.
Well, they always said in history, the greatest fear is to have fear at all. But the crazy thing is, that's how they eating. These demons eat off your fear. Like, for example, and I figured this out on my time and stuff like that. Your phone, it's a Chrome. It's adrenochrome. It's not just a chrome phone. It's short for adrenochrome. It's hand in hand. And the thing feeds off of your pineal gland. There's a thing called cobalt. Cobalt comes from Mesopotamia, either here or across the seas in Africa. But that's the same thing that was in Wakanda or the movie that they had and stuff like that. It's a special kind of mineral. That's the same mineral that they put in your phone. They put this stuff in your phone, and every time you read news articles and you have fear, that fear hits your pineal gland. Your pineal gland, when that fear hits, it's just like them molesting a child and killing them and torturing them. And they eating off of it. They love that. And this is how they killing us, because we don't know nothing. And so therefore naivete going to cause us to have a fear and phobia because we don't know no better.
When you have Most High with you, have no reason to fear. Remember that.
Right.
They give us a spirit of fear.
But you know, that's the problem with the females. They get in their emotions so much that's causing chaos.
Absolutely.
That's why it's so
That's
absurd.
part of the biological makeup, though. You know, that's
Kind
something-
of, but they've actually, it's like it's been heightened or, you know, multiplied by 10. You know what I mean? It's not the normal. You know what I mean?
They're a product of their environment. Garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage comes out. Yep, exactly.
I read an article. The scientist he was talking about on Instagram. So if you upload multiple pictures, you have to swipe right, and when you do that, specifically swiping to that direction, it releases estrogenic chemicals in your brain. Like they got this shit down to a science on how they trying to break the man down. It's really crazy. It's really crazy.
That's the next level. That I ain't never thought about that.
And that's what I'm saying. Warfare can exist on an infinite amount of levels. Infinite.
You're right about that.
I have never found a single girl an e-thought on Tinder or any other app that was worth 2 cents, man. I would delete all those apps from your phone. It's not worth your energy or your time.
Right. They just do that to gain followers anyway.
Those are just a hit and a miss, man. It's just you don't want those women in your life. You can even call them women, man.
Not at all.
They're e-thoughts.
But you know, when people not going, with people not moving around socially like that, they're not getting able to interact like that. Everything is on the internet. They don't have no damn socializing skills neither.
I had this girl buy me a drink the other day. I wouldn't drink the drink. I just walked away, and she went crazy. Tried to kiss me. I'm like, look, I gotta go. I gotta stay on my purpose. And it's just like they're getting more and more like men, and like needy men too. Like it's just getting whack.
Right, but yet they worry that yet they don't want to admit that the necessity for the reproductive nature of them. They don't want to admit that we're like that and built like that by nature. They want to call us all thirsty and horny, but they know that we've been like that our whole time. They always say that, and then they nastier than we are. Like, how are they even
She's
talking?
kissing on me. I don't even know her. I don't want to know you. Get away from me. And she's like, well, you try to cheat. I'm like a man or something. It's just like she can start going crazy. Just all types of.
She's trying to put a ring on your finger, bro.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. Too many men, they chase these women, and then they're giving them the false perception of reality. So a lot of men say this, right? But when it comes down to it, see, this is what I've seen firsthand. A lot of men say, yeah, you're right. We shouldn't be chasing them. And then a woman that he think is very attractive come around, and he forget all of that. He'll forget all of that, man. And then he'll just cave in, man. This is how most dudes is, man. And I'm talking about 98% of men, because I've seen it again and again. Look, I've been on calls, right? And dudes be talking real tough because they ribs not home with them. But when she's in the crib, they be that just like, not, I'm like, yo, you did?
Right.
Yo, you did? And he ain't saying nothing because his woman is right there. Because she influenced how he can't talk right. I said, yo, man, how come you ain't answer back correctly? Because his woman's there. You see what I'm saying? So now you can't talk. And if you're in a relationship like that, man, you're not that head. You're not no covering, man.
That's crazy because my wife right in front of me right now while I've been talking. So that's a blessing, that, you know, that she got that empowerment. She know how I lead, but that's what's up.
Yeah. But you'll find out a lot of dudes are like that, man. They, oh, yeah, I can't talk to you right now. Come on.
Get started sneaking.
His voice getting softer and softer when she's dead. Like one dude, man, his and he should have checked the hell out of his woman. She was like, she told him, and she talking to him. He was like, she said she liked the old Tazadoc. The old Tazadoc was better. I was like, first of all, she shouldn't be saying she like me at all. You need to check her ass, right? You see, you're not reading between, you straight simping, man.
Yeah.
And she got you dispatching information to another dude, man. What's wrong with you, man? So you acting like the broad.
What he said?
He said, no. Oh, yeah. Man. He just got like mad quiet, man. Just got mad quiet. People know I'm talking about. I mean, it's probably like a year ago or something like that now, man. But she was in the background talking. And he just dispatching the information. Then she telling him to get off the phone. Get off. And he said, oh, yeah, I got to go, man.
Yo, I would have been on the phone I would have been on the floor with my phone falling over before I went off this shit when somebody said that.
You remember that movie Dead Presidents?
Yeah.
You remember when Cuddy, that guy named Cuddy was yeah. He pulled up alongside Shorty and he was like, yo, man, how the little girl doing? You know? I was just thinking about that when you were talking. I'm like, yo, that dude was the shit. Like he was taking care of dude's girl, like, yo, while he was away. And so he played the role of a father, regardless of what, you know, you may feel. Like he played the role of a father to that man's child, so that man felt less than. And that's what these simps feel. These simps feel the same way. They gotta know they ain't real men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta sit back and be like, yo, man, I ain't no real man. I'm in this relationship. Yo, my freaking woman running everything. I don't spend my own money. I don't make my own freaking decisions. Like, it is not. It's out of place. So they know that they simps, and they know that they beta males, and that's the reason why they, you know, all, you know, like beta males. There's like an extreme version of beta males that just stay in these crazy relationships, you know, with simps, and then you got the other beta males that's out there just extra with it. They wearing women's clothing. They trying to be women. They trying to change their body and all types of stuff. It's just a weird society that we're living in, man.
And to add to that, right? Somebody in the comments, Stefan Nadon, he brought up vitamin D. He says vitamin D is more important than calcium absorption. I want to add to that, right? Because vitamin D is not even a vitamin. It's a hormone. They tell you that you either get it from the sun or from milk. But if you look into vitamins are either fat soluble or water soluble, right? So what's the connection to milk in the sun? It's the grass. It's the grass that the cow is eating. The cow is absorbing the vitamin D from the grass, from dark leafy greens. Now, the essential role of vitamin D is to make sure that it facilitates your hormones properly, right? Now, when we get into genetics, the majority of, we'll say, melanated beings in America, unless you live by the equator, you're not getting the proper vitamin D that you need, right? So now, to bring this all back into play, when we were talking about warfare on multiple levels, vitamin D is supposed to facilitate your hormones, and they're pumping synthetic hormones inside of our food. So, like, can you understand how that can affect the, you know, like how the typical person is thinking or maneuvering? Like, and shit gets deep. It's not a steroid. Come on, brother. Vitamin D is not a steroid.
Milk actually blocks calcium uptake. So when you drink milk, you don't get calcium. And when you drink soda pop, that also blocks calcium uptake. And I think soda pop is like one of the third most profitable business in the world after big tech and big pharma.
Say that last part again.
Soda pop is number 3 of most profitable businesses in the world after big tech and big pharma.
I believe it. And soda deteriorates your sexual organs. Not a lot of people know that. The darker the soda, the more it's deteriorating your insides. I don't drink soda like that. I might have some ginger ale every now and then, but other than that, good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Warfare on multiple levels.
You see that? That's crazy.
Yeah, someone mentioned high fructose corn syrup, and that is essentially sugar crack. It's just it's the meth of sugar.
I haven't used white sugar in years, brother. No pork, none of that.
And unless you get fair trade sugar, it's coming from slave-like conditions. Like there still is slavery making sugar.
Yep. Gotta keep the insides clean. Healthy body, healthy mind. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
When you're not eating right, your body doesn't act right, and like you're gonna have like a lot of extra stuff to deal with that you just don't want to deal with when you're not eating correctly. And that's a lot of the reason why women are kind of the way they are. They eat you take them out for dinner, they want lobster. It's just ludicrous.
Yeah,
The female is the natural succubus, or her nature is to consume. So that's something that they got to nip in the bud, that they need to recognize and take accountability on. You know what I'm saying? But they're not trying to have that conversation.
They don't turn women into Lilith.
Can't tell them nothing.
Lilith, Jezebel, all of them, they out here.
And simps want it, and simps want that lustful, vexatious spirit. That's the kind of girl that they're going on expletive hub or whatever, and like they're just ruining their lives. 5-knuckle shuffle, and that's what they're lusting for, is someone who's just going to destroy them and take financial domination of their bank account and all their equity.
They under that spell. Listen, the average chick that they claims that she's a bad bitch, right? A 10. Most of them have fake breasts nowadays, fake lashes, fake hair. So when you
everything about them is fake. Their personality is fake.
So
it's nothing real.
Listen, so I break it down like this, right? If I see a female on social media and she look like a 10, one, I know that there's filters on top of it, so you got to take 2 points off of that. Then you know that she looks different when she wakes up in the morning. You gotta subconsciously take a couple points off of that. And that's like when we was talking about earlier. There's no reason to get nervous in front of these females. They can't even be real with themselves.
Yeah.
Straight like that.
Can't. Yeah. They want to talk about psychology and stuff. Like, yo, man, come on, man.
I don't even entertain those conversations.
Come on.
Cause listen, and it's such a game being played, right? Because as soon as you entertain their bullshit philosophy, they already feel like they got you just because you entertained it. The fact that you didn't shut it down at the door and you was like, I'm not even trying to hear any of that. Then she know that she got you.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, all right, take that over there. Like, okay, that's cool and all, but that ain't even doing nothing for me. Switch the
How many women are under the vibration of like tarot and what was the other one? Like women's lib. Like imagine that most women are into those two subjects, like tarot cards, astrology signs, and women's feminist movement, like basically suffrage. And
listen, man, I dated a woman that was into that tarot nonsense. This chick out there
Witchcraft.
just lying to herself. It was just crazy, man. I was just like, this shit crazy as hell. Like, women, they crazy, bro. That's just what it is, bro.
is that not a witch? Like, aren't we dealing with mostly witches nowadays?
Yeah.
You're
Witchcraft.
If you're
like, you're dealing with crazy people. That's what you're dealing with.
And that dude on the call
Crazy.
the other night, man, he was reading tarot cards, man. He's all over the place, man.
Yeah, man. These women are lost in, like, that's the reason why these men that try to act like women are insane. Like, how do you change your whole entire voice for like ever? So like forever you're gonna talk like this?
That's a never-ending Dungeons and Dragons roleplay.
Yeah, it's like you never out of character. You always in character for the rest of your, like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, right. What you see is what you get over here. What you see is what you get. I'm not, you know what I mean? Is what's the point of changing up? Because like you said, once you play that character, you playing that shit forever. The minute that you try to be who you really are, they're gonna look at you like a front, like you're not being yourself. And it's just you're gonna be in a state of confusion.
And women encourage that behavior. They want people to go crazy, chop this off, do that. Okay, yeah, you're strong, girl. You can do it. It's not ludicrous. What are you talking about? You're gonna convince people to go change everything about their entire life so that you can have people on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook tell you that you're doing the right thing. It's ludicrous. Totally nonsense.
To cater to their emotions. Their emotions need valid, and at half the time they don't even know what they feeling. The majority of the time, what they feeling is temporary. You know what I mean? So a female will talk about some shit that's on her mind, and 10 minutes later she don't even feel like that no more. So I don't take 99% of them serious. Let me know when you good, because as far as I'm concerned, we all equal, we all adults. Handle that shit.
Well, where I'm at in the Lower Mainland, I have never seen a judge that was not a woman here. So it can kind of tell you if you're in one of those like kind of 13 colonies with the Commonwealth. There's a certain feminist vibration that when an area is like that, the whole area is kind of under a spell, and it's not just do the paperwork. It's real. You see it. I see it, and I'm like, it's like being lost in a jungle of simps, and you only see a dude every, like, kind of rarely, like maybe once a day. I run into a guy, like a man.
No doubt.
It's like, yo, what's up, man? How you been? Like, yo, what's good? Like, it's crazy.
But you know what the crazy part is, though? The simp is always gonna, or the beta is always gonna be intimidated by the alpha, right? So, like I said, females they think that they know what they want at that moment. They're gonna get with that simp dude, but when you come around, he usually changes his behavior a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just being around the alpha makes him uncomfortable. The female picks up on that shit immediately. So then she's gonna be thinking, should I be dealing with you? Should I be dealing with the cat that you were afraid of? You know what I'm saying? And then, bro, if you when you a real man, at the end of the day, you always winning. We can't lose as long as you on your purpose and you being a man about your shit. You can't lose. You can't lose. I ain't convinced. Always gonna be a man's world. Man built the bridges. Man built the buildings. Come on, there's a reason why manufacturing starts with man. What they gonna do without us?
That's what we got to start realizing, is that we are the main components to this whole thing. This whole charade we control. If freaking men stand up one time and say, listen, this whole shit is shut down right now, guess what? The whole shit will be shut down. It's just that, there's too many simps running again.
A lot of dudes is comfortable, are content, and they don't.
Kerfoot, there was a few people asking about you the past 2 weekends, Kerfoot.
I beat my briefcase. It went its own way, and I won. I told them I'm not making a plea, and they said, well, we're gonna make a plea for you, and you're gonna get conditionally discharged. So I didn't have to do anything. They threw it out. So bless the Most High. All of this stuff works. Always has worked. You just gotta stay faithful to the end and commit the paperwork. Stand on the paperwork. Stand on your square, and you will be successful. I guarantee it.
All praises to the Most High.
Kwam Sha'Allah, by Hashem, by Shah, Barakatah. It never ceases to amaze me. I don't know. It was just a little bit. Okay, hold on. In that case, I bid you all adieu before the feds ask me too many questions.
Hey, the Most High got me. Fuck, cops can ask whatever questions they want. I'm good. I'm spiritually good. I'm not worried about none of that. I feel you though. Also, to add a couple more cents, right? I'm assuming that everybody here is familiar with the legal scale in Egypt, the hieroglyphs, and they got Anubis on the other side of the scale. Y'all familiar with what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And they say that you're gonna basically at your death, if your heart weighs more
Then a feather.
Anubis gonna take you down, right? So at the end of the day, all of these men that are changing their behavior for a woman's convenience, they're gonna be tried. You know what I'm saying? They know that their heart is gonna be heavy. They know that they that they bitched out, right? Now us is real men. I'm good. Because this was all for the Most High. I know that this is just a game being played. This is a test. All of this, this lifetime is very small.
It's a testimony.
Right. When you think about how long that the earth has been in existence and how much more longer that it's gonna be here, we a very minute fraction in this shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, I'm good.
Forgive me, Ak. As you were talking to me, like some border services federal agent truck came up to me. It was like a sheriff. I was like, "What the heck is this about?" But he just waved at me, and I saluted and left. That was strange. Like it was almost like they thought I was American or something. Like, you're not supposed to be here. Border services? That's ludicrous.
Keep your eyes open. Back to that topic, y'all was talking about that equality thing or whatever, and I thought about it yesterday when I was hearing it or whatever. And I think about it because I'm a mathematic person too, but basically it's really just a yin and a yang. Like it's nothing against nobody. Like we can all be beneficial to all, but at the same token, it's still 60-40 or 70-30, whatever it be. That domination is needed in the aggressive nature of that circle, that chaos. But it comes and meshes together. Their 30 or 40% is still important as hell. It don't mean that they less relevant, but they want to feel like they are because they're not getting that equality, and that's bull crap. They need to take it like they're part of the whole solution and not the problem.
Well, brothers, I'm about to shut this down, man. It's getting a little late. It's approaching 2 a.m. again, man.
Yep.
I don't get enough sleep, man.
You really don't, bro. You be on here a lot.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
you.
Somebody gotta do it.
Right.
So, much love and respect for the invitation. I appreciate you, man. Keep up the great work, yo. All praises to the Most High.
All praises.
All right, Arthur, man. Everybody be safe, man.
You too, man. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, Matthew fell asleep, man. He got to be to work at around 3:30 a.m. He fell asleep right on the court.
Yeah,
All right, man. Everybody be safe, man. Shalom.
Safe. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.